to the lineup.
Well, the Raptors certainly could use OG, considering how things have gone the last couple of games. Certainly a battle against the Boston Celtics, but ultimately still a loss, and they have missed, as you say, his defensive acumen in this lineup. But we'll get the rest of the starters in just a couple of moments from Mark Strong. Raptors coming in at 5-7, the Pistons at 2-11. I believe this is the only 4 p.m. tip-off all season. Let's go to center court with Mark Strong.
Welcome back to the starting lineup by way of the UK. Wearing number 3, give it up for OG Anunoby. At 6'8" from Florida State, make some noise for your boy, Scotty Bud. The big man in the middle, the Austrian hammer, wearing number 19. Let's hear it for Jakob Poeltl. From Braunschweig, Germany, number 17, at guard, the Phantom. This is Dennis Schroeder. And we keep it spicy at the forward, representing Cameroon, number 43, Spicy P, Pascal Siakam. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
There you have it, starting 5 for the Toronto Raptors. Again, starting lineups are brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. We are getting set for tip-off here. Raptors getting set to take to the floor. They're going to be in their red uniforms today, trimmed with that black chevron, the black and white lettering, as the Pistons will come onto the floor in one of their alternate uniforms. Not used to seeing the Pistons, not in the royal blue or the white, but they've got that black jersey with a red stripe across the chest, a blue stripe. They kind of look like the Montreal Canadiens in a bit of a way. But either way, who cares what they're wearing? They need a win. They're just 2-11 this year, but the Raptors hoping it's 2-12 when this thing wraps up in a couple of hours.
Well, on our latest edition of Smith & Jones, we had a long chat with former Raptor coach and now Piston front office man Dwayne Casey. And I also jingled his digits this morning to see if he was going to be here, and he said, no, I'm out scouting on the
West Coast. Yeah.
And he gave me some great information that we'll get to you here on the broadcast about Cade Cunningham, and he loves the kid Marcus Sasser. And I said, how did you guys convince Monty Williams to come and coach? He was like you, coming off a terrific season. I mean, Monty was in the finals 2 years ago. Dwayne won 59 games the year he was fired. And then you end up with the Pistons. He said Tom Gores wants quality people. He said, I couldn't say no to him. He basically said to Monty, name your price. And Monty threw a ridiculous number at him. He said, come and coach. Here's your number. So this Pistons team, you better get them now because they're going to be knocking heads in a little while.
We're set to jump it up with Stewart and Poeltl in the middle. And the Raptors control the tip. Schroeder will start with the ball. He brings it across center court to Anunoby at the logo. OG over to Schroeder on the near side, finding Poeltl down Main Street, and the layup is good on a little give-and-go sequence with Schroeder and Yak.
Good job by Yak. He's doing a nice job of rolling and setting terrific screens.
Cunningham back for the Pistons at the free throw line. He's guarded by Anunoby. Goes over on the far side to Knox, back to Cunningham. He's on the wing, back up top to Knox. Stutter step, gets by Siakam, goes to the 10. He's blocked by Barnes, but I think they're going to call a bump on Poeltl before the clean block came in from Scotty. And that is indeed the case. It's going to be a foul on Jakob Poeltl.
Well, first guy engages, and Poeltl engaged, allowing Scotty to get the block, but the issue is you can't foul when you engage. Here's a kid, had tough luck all over.
Knox.
I like him. I really do. And I know you only get so many chances, but he's long, athletic. He can shoot the ball. Like, I don't know what it is, why his career hasn't taken off.
Well, he's certainly responding so far early on with Detroit in this season, Jonesy. In spite of the Pistons' record, he's averaging almost 15, check that, 14 and 6. Schroeder down low to Siakam. He was right down in that left block, and he calmly laid it in traffic. Raptors lead 4-1 after Knox went 1 of 2 at the stripe.
Pascal, 24 a game over his last 5, Eric.
Starting to pick it up.
Never mind this, I'm starting, I need to get comfortable. He's getting comfortable.
Now it's a matter of making sure that he and Scotty can both have solid games on the same night, and we're starting to see more signs of that.
Yeah, Friday, Scotty had the fewest shot attempts in a game this season.
Cunningham driving to the 10 into traffic, and he gets it to go. Strong take from Cunningham. Fabulous young player in the NBA. Over on the far side, Schroeder comes around a Pirtle screen, still on the bounce. He's got the handle. He gives it up to Barnes, back over to Schroeder. Schroeder now on the near side, whips it into the near corner to OG. Great to see him back out there, backing down, up top to Schroeder, driving into the paint, takes the bump, floater no good, but he's fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line. First appearance at the stripe for Dennis Schroeder. Raptors leading 4-3. We're 90 seconds into the game.
Schroeder has had 20 points 3 times in November, and the other night was the first time they lost Toronto when Schroeder hit the 20-point mark. But listen, we say this all the time. People were upset with the loss of Fred VanVleet. He's not Fred, but in this system, he doesn't have to be Fred. And boy, Eric, in my eyes, he's been really effective.
He really has been very good, no doubt, Jonesy, whether it be a scorer or a distributor. And he's among the league leaders in assists per game as well. 1 of 2 at the stripe for Schroeder. Raptors leading 5-3, 10:22 to go. Opening quarter, we're just underway on a Sunday afternoon. Triple from the wing far side, no good for Detroit. That was Ivy who missed, and the Raptors ripped down the rebound. Across center comes Barnes on the near side. Over in the near corner, it's Siakam inside the arc, now driving, getting to the elbow on the near side. Back down low on the left side block. Turning to the right, spinning to the left to the baseline. Scotty, and they're going to say he shuffled the feet.
I like what the Raptors did there. They had a mismatch on Oscar Thompson, who, by the way, is he's kind of a Dennis Rodman type guy now. He runs, he rebounds, he is in your stuff on the defensive end. But Raptors went at him. They got the switch and went back at him. Unfortunately, Scotty traveled.
Pistons looking to tie, maybe even take the lead in the near corner, right in front of the Raptor bench. Sidestep, triple, Knox, no good. Rebound into the far corner. Stewart battles and gets it past Barnes. So the Pistons have it. Second chance opportunity. Knox denied at the rim by Jakob Poeltl, the Austrian hammer with a huge stuff. Siakam, far corner. OG triple, yes sir. Defense feeds offense.
Great job. Poeltl standing tall, doing a great job of anchoring the defense.
Raptors leading now 8-3. There's Thompson, lost the handle in the lane, picks it back up, turns to the left, spins to the right, fires on a soft floater, and Thompson gets it to go.
Once that kid finds a jump shot, he's going to be really, really tough.
Schroeder calls out the play, waving one finger above his head. 8-5 Raptors leading. Just to the far elbow, to the side of it. Clean on a jumper, looking real smooth from 16 feet, OG Anunoby.
Nice to see OG come back and knock down his first couple, not coming up short initially.
10-5 Raptors. Stewart straight away thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, gets to the free throw line, takes the jumper, and he misses that one. Not a bad thing to turn him into a jump shooter.
Yeah, keep him away from the paint.
Pull up, triple, Siakam, no good from the far wing. Pistons leak out behind, but Siakam got back on D and took that pass away from Knox. Great job by Pascal.
Oh, Pascal still having issues. 0 of 17 on his last 3-point attempts.
Schroeder pull-up jumper is good. He was freed up for a clean one after Ivy got wiped out in a Jakob Poeltl screen. Thompson back for Detroit. Over the shoulder pass to Stewart straight away. Again, a jumper, no good, and it goes up and over the backboard for the Pistons. Raptor ball with Toronto leading 12-5, shooting 83%, 5 of 6 to start the game.
Yeah, Toronto doing a really good job. I mean, the thing that I'll be keeping an eye on is the turnovers. Pistons last in the NBA in turnovers per game.
Something that has been an issue for the Raptors as well. Siakam to Schroeder on the wing near side. Puts it on the floor, drives in the paint, got by Ivy, floats it up, got the friendly roll. Great strong take from Dennis Schroeder, and an early timeout for the Pistons. Just over 4 minutes into the game, the Raptors leading 14-5.
Great job by Toronto, really shooting the ball well, getting good shots and making them good to see Toronto off to a nice start.
Again, 14-5, Raptors leading with 7:58 to go in the opening quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think 2-minute truck, truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2-minute truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks. So give us a call today.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot.
It's where you want to be. Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Pistons 14-5 with 7:58 to go in the opening quarter. Jonesy, I want to take a moment here to send a shout out to one of our friends and colleagues, Jeff Landicho, and his entire family. His father, Wally Landicho, passed away yesterday. And if you're listening to this broadcast right now, there are many basketball fans out there and players from across the GTA that know the name Wally Landicho. He was a pillar in the Filipino community since the early 1980s. He helped shape the foundation of Filipino youth basketball organizations across the GTA, a legendary basketball official as well, a huge Raptor fan, and I think it's fair to say known as Tito Wally to not just his family but to friends as well. Our thoughts and our condolences and best wishes go out to the entire Landicho family.
Well, you know, and I think of it right now, we lost a great man, but I've got a big smile on my face from knowing Wally. Coaching youth basketball, and one of my kids went to the basket and put it in, and he said, ran back and said, "Hey coach, the ref just told me that was a good shot and he knows that play." And that was because Tito was officiating the game, and like I said, we lost a great man, but I know Jeff and all of us will carry great memories in our heart of the legacy he left behind.
Ivy scored for the Pistons coming out of the timeout, so the Pistons have cut it to 14-7. Siakam missed, then Stewart came down the floor for Detroit. He missed a triple. Raptors rebounded, but then turned the ball over, and now we've got a foul coming in on Toronto as Thompson drove to the tin. And picking up the foul for the Raptors was Anunoby on the contest. So now Thompson will go to the stripe, and the Pistons have a chance to put up 3, maybe 4 points coming out of the timeout, trying to shave into this Raptor 9-point lead, which has now been cut to 6 as the first free throw goes down for Thompson. 14-8. Raptors on top with 7:07 to go as Gary Trent Jr. comes into the ballgame and Scotty Barnes sits down.
On the usual rotation, Scotty, the first one out, he'll come back with the second unit.
Barnes has yet to attempt a shot in this game 5 minutes in, but that's fine. He'll get plenty of looks when he comes back in. OG driving, muscling his way right past Knox, missed it, gets his own miss back though, and missed the putback. Tough break for OG, who had been perfect until that point. Pull up, Cunningham straight away, triple is good, and now the Pistons have come back on a 7-0 run to get it down to 2 at 14-12.
Cunningham has really worked hard on his shot, the lift on his shot, the release point. That one looked good.
Schroeder driving, far side. Got to the tin, got by Thompson, missed the shot, but the Raptors keep it alive. Over on the far wing, OG. Shot clock down to 3, far corner. Schroeder, triple. off the rim, high in the air, no good. And as Pirtle battled for it, they're going to call a foul on the Pistons for grabbing the jersey. And who's that one coming in? Is it Knox? Yes, indeed. It's going to be on Kevin Knox. Alec Burks coming into the ballgame now for Detroit. Thompson, Knox, Stewart, Cunningham, and Burks. Anunoby, Siakam, Pirtle, Schroeder, and Trent. Siakam, baseline, far side, driving on Knox. Got down to the block. Kicks it out on the wing. Sidestep. Trent, 3-ball. Rattled 2 rims, no good. It pops out for Toronto, and now the Pistons could tie or take the lead right here. Again, they're in the midst of a 7-0 run. Cunningham drives to the 10. Got by OG. And then as the Raptors try an outlet off the defensive stop, the Pistons steal it and take it away. Another look now for Cunningham as he drives to the 10 this time. Runs into Pirtle again, and Yak standing his ground.
A great job by Jakob going vertical. A lot of coaches teaching that now, and Pirtle did a really, really nice job.
Schroeder to Siakam. Pascal on the block, far side. Trying to go at the mismatch. Down, went to the left, spins to the right, and as he turned and floated, it rolled off the rim. Got to take advantage of that, especially with Burks down there.
Well, that's a good shot. Other than a dunk, I don't know how you get a better shot. That's got to go down.
Knox splitting defenders, then goes back out on the perimeter, and it sails over the head of Burks out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for the Pistons as the Raptors will inbound far side. Detroit's Jonesy had a couple of times now, a couple of chances to tie or take the lead, and the Raptors still maintaining at 14-12.
Well, and it could be better if you're Toronto. Missing a couple of chippies, but it's the nature of the game right now. So you can get it back to your main guy, Siakam.
Schroeder over to Yak, handoff to Schroeder, driving to the 10, scoops it up and in. Great 2-man game with Pirtle and Schroeder.
Schroeder looked like a running back taking it and just darting through the hole.
And we'll keep you updated on football action throughout the afternoon, too, when we look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Speaking of the handoff, Brownies getting the win today over the Steelers.
Huge.
At the free throw line, leaning in for the jumper is Burks, and he probably got bumped, too. Take it and run if you're a Raptor fan. Flynn in the near corner to Siakam. Pascal driving through the lane. Bounce pass far side to Trent. Gary at the far elbow now. Goes back up top to Schroeder, who's got to track it down near center. Shot clock at 10. Schroeder covered by Cunningham. Dips behind the Pirtle screen. Far elbow jumper up and clean for Dennis Schroeder.
Well, that's the thing Schroeder can do. When you get late in the shot clock, he's a guy that has no problem creating and does it well.
Raptors leading 18-14. Cunningham pull-up jumper just above the free throw line, and it goes down clean for Cunningham. Across center comes Flynn.
High usage rate for Cunningham, so you got to be aware when he has the ball.
And he's already got 7. Leading scorer is Schroeder, who's got 9. Give him 11 as again he gets the pass from Pirtle and lays it in.
Old-time basketball, give and go. Schroeder gave it up, hard cut to the basket. I'm sure Darko loves that one.
Cunningham to Knox. Knox at the free throw line, then leaning in on a one-hand floater from 10 feet, no good. And ahead come the Raptors. We're seeing Flynn and Schroeder out there together, Jones. You haven't seen much of that this year.
Yeah, I saw it late in the Boston game.
Yep.
Malachi Flynn has been really, really good the last little while.
Pascal went left, came back right, missed another soft one in the lane as it pops out. Tough break for Pascal, now 1 of 5 to start the game. Cunningham back, snuffed out there by Pirtle with a rear contest. Pistons had the ball taken away by Toronto. Here come the Raptors. Pascal, 4 on 3. Out to Trent, wing 3, far side, no good. Detroit had it. Knocked away by Toronto. Schroeder on the wing near side, triple up, no good. And now this time Detroit does control.
Malachi Flynn there with 20 assists to only 3 turnovers the last 6 games.
Knox, far side, 3-ball, no good. Underneath though, nobody boxed out Bagley, and he puts it back in the 10. And Detroit has it again down to 2.
Got to keep the young, active Pistons off the glass.
2018 Raptors lead with 3 minutes exactly to go in the opening quarter on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. Raptors leading the Pistons 20-18. The Raptors did have a 9-point lead earlier in this game, but after the first time out, Detroit, Jonesy came out on a 7-0 run, got themselves back into the mix, and we've got ourselves a battle here in the early going.
Yeah, not surprised. I mean, Detroit hungry for a win. They've had a tough time. Young team, and Monty Williams talked about how hard they play. So I'm not surprised that they're hanging in. For them, it's a matter of limiting turnovers, limiting mistakes. And that's where it's about right now if you're Detroit.
Raptors inbound on the baseline, and they will bring it across center. Flynn over on the far side, above the arc to Trent. At the free throw line, just above it now, it's Scotty Barnes handing off on the perimeter now as he dribbles his way out towards Flynn in the near corner. To Siakam, down low to Barnes, turning, firing, right-hand hook, high elevation, and he gets it to go. Scotty Barnes. Raptors leading by 4. Right back at you. Detroit coming down the floor as Sasser gets it to go and brings Detroit again back within 2.
I like that kid. 4-year player, University of Houston, coached by Kelvin Sampson.
How about Gary Trent? Great to see him back as well. We talk about OG Anunoby. Jones have been getting Trent back last game, and now OG more weapons for the Raptors, who had been undermanned for at least a couple of games with both Anunoby and Trent sideline.
Well, listen, the Raptors are 5-7, and their 7 losses, 5 of them have come against the top 3 teams in the East. They've lost to Philly twice, they've lost to Boston twice, and they lost to Milwaukee once. They threw away a game against Chicago. The Portland game can go either way. 5-7 is not bad.
Yeah. Got to get this one, though. Burks missing in the lane. Ball knocked around. It goes off Detroit, out of bounds. So the Raptors will get it with a 5-point lead, 25-20. 1:57 to go in the opening quarter. Flynn over to Achua. Precious now gives it up to Gary Trent. In the near corner in front of the Detroit bench, it's Scotty Barnes. Barnes elevates for a triple. Not a great look there.
That was one of those, I haven't shot the ball in a while, I need to get a shot up. And it's true, it happens. Every player does it. You're out there, you're running around, you're working hard at both ends. I need to hoist one up here.
Burks running floater in the lane, too strong. It goes up and over the head of Bagley, but Bagley was fouled down low as Malachi Flynn was trying to box out, so they're going to call Flynn with the foul. So keep the ball with Detroit. 1:25 now to go in the opening quarter. 25-20, Toronto on top. Raptors started the game 5 of 6. Since then, they are 6 of 17. So their percentage has dipped. The offense has sputtered a little bit, but still a 5-point lead. You'll take that. Pistons inbounding. Bagley had the ball bobbled towards center court and goes on to the other side of center to get it. And they're going to say, hey, Precious didn't touch that. So it's actually a backcourt violation as Bagley couldn't control it. So turn it over and give it to Toronto.
Well, there's a Pistons again turning the ball over, but give Toronto's presence, some credit right now.
Flynn to Barnes, near side, puts it on the floor, over the shoulder, left-hand pass to Precious, straight away, ripped the cords on a triple, Precious Achiuwa. 8-point lead for the Raptors with just over a minute to go in the quarter. At the near elbow, elevating for the jumper, no good. That was Sasser. Down low, the Raptors control the rebound. It's Boucher kicking it ahead to Flynn across center. Malachi to the trailer, Scotty down Main Street, lost off ball, gets it back, turns, fires over Bagley on a soft one-hand floater. He's so long.
Well, and that's just it. Now he's got, he maybe took a tough shot, but he's got himself on the board now. You watch things change.
Pistons just turned it over again. Flynn ahead to Achiuwa, running the floor, dunk it down, and a 12-point lead.
Raptors #1 in the NBA in differential on fast break points. That's an example of why.
Toronto up 32-20. 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Pistons will have to give it up. Sasser to Burks. Triple. No good. Boucher with the rebound. Raptors will have it 10 seconds to go in the quarter. They're going to obviously hold for the last shot. Trent will bring it across center. 5 seconds to go. Trent out on the far wing. He's going to hoist it. It's good if it goes. Back rim. No good. And the Raptors will take a 12-point lead to the second quarter.
Doing a really good job shooting the ball. The defense has turned Detroit over 4 times for 9 points. And they're holding the Pistons to 33% from the floor. Great quarter for Toronto.
32-20. Raptors on top. Second quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
Black Friday deals are on at Freedom Mobile. Get a nationwide unlimited plan on our growing 5G network for just $34 a month for 24 months when you bring your own phone. So it's more like Black Friday. Conditions apply. Details at freedommobile.ca.
This is the sound of me finding amazing deals at my local Metro, like a 1-pound block of Lactancia butter for just $4.99 each, but only until November 22nd. Get everything for this holiday season at your local Metro or online at metro.ca.
Hi, Zach here from Speedy Glass. Got a crack in your windshield? Get it replaced by our experts. At Speedy Glass, our certified technicians are trained to replace your windshield with care. And because your vehicle's manufacturer requires to recalibrate your front camera, when we replace your windshield, we take care of that too. Book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca to get back on the road safely. Certain conditions apply. Details at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Paul Jones, Eric Smith with you. Getting set to start the second quarter. The Raptors leading 32-20. This is the final of a 4-game homestand for the Raptors as they will hit the road for 2 straight on Tuesday, Wednesday, then back home on Friday when an old friend comes to town with DeMar DeRozan and the Chicago Bulls. And the Bulls will be celebrating American Thanksgiving in Toronto on Thursday before getting set for that game. The Pistons botched the inbound pass to start the quarter. Scotty Barnes in the backcourt absolutely hounding all over Jonesy Sasser, and Knox and Sasser could not get the inbound down, and they throw it out of bounds onto the far sideline.
You know, that's something people just take for granted, getting the ball in. It's a big part of what you want to do, and you can't take it for granted. And a guy like Scotty, who's a defender, will blow your stuff up.
Raptors score after that turnover. It's 34-20. Achiuwa with the layup. Pistons down 14. Biggest deficit of the game. In the lane, Bagley turns with a left-hand hook. No good. That little floater. Missed the shot. Controlled on the baseline by Boucher. Fires ahead. to Scotty Barnes. Barnes to Boucher, driving on the near side, splitting defenders and laying it in. How about the body control by Chris Boucher?
Well, how about the delivery by Scotty Barnes?
Yes.
Hitting him the right time. You never give it to a big guy when he could mess it up. All he has to do is catch it and put it in. Great delivery by Scotty.
Bagley driving, dunks it down. Nice pass there from Sasser. Excuse me. Was it Sasser in the lane there, Jonesy? I don't think it was.
Sasser.
Either way, it was the Bagley dunk that did the damage. Pistons within 14 after the Raptors had taken a 16-point lead, but it's reestablished right there.
Scotty getting aggressive. Going to the offensive glass, just doing a lot of work on the inside right now.
Burks coming around a screen set by Bagley. Out to Knox. Detroit with 7 on the shot clock. Knox thought about the 3. As he tried to pass off, it's deflected by the Raptors, and Toronto takes it away. Grady Dick, far side. Bounce pass on the baseline to OG. Fouled at the 10. And he'll go to the free throw line. Great heads-up play by Grady Dick.
Making the extra pass. He had a good shot. Grady'd been having his issues shooting the ball. Only 7 of 44 outside of 2 games this season. And Darko will put that in the edit in a good way. Giving up a good shot for a great shot. OG, well, a dunk if he wasn't fouled.
OG goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. He's got 6 points in his return to the lineup, and the Raptors lead by 17. Just over 90 seconds into the second quarter. Turning the corner in the lane, that's easy. Throw it up and down on the alley-oop from Ivey to Bagley.
Well, Jaden Ivey turned the corner. There was no resistance, and we talk about the spacing. I always refer to that as vertical spacing when you throw it up for a guy.
Precious again with the triple straight away. Rips the cords and pushes the Raptor lead to 18.
That's something we've seen a lot of in years past. He's gone away from that with a difference in the role in the offense, but he still has it.
Detroit trying to answer back, and they can't, as that 3 ball was no good for Ivey from the far sideline. Achua to the trailer OG. 9:35 to go second quarter. Far wing. Scotty Barnes 3 ball busted. And he holds out that right hand to show it off. The Raptors from distance 4 of 10, leading by 21. And we've still got 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, right now they look like a team that has had their character and identity formed in tough games against, as I said, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee. And it's about them right now, and they're doing a great job playing to their strengths.
45-24, Raptors on top. Second quarter action on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys. Jerseys.
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine. That's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Amazon's got the best deals on Black Friday. Know the best deals are on Cyber Monday. Friday comes first when it comes to saving. Monday's worth the wait for what you've been craving. Deals so good it'll feel like stealing. Real cool message, could you make it less appealing? What's with the beef? You can get that too. Why don't you call us? What's triggering you? Whichever day you're shopping on, you'll save a bunch at Amazon. On Black Friday, Cyber Monday too.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Pistons 45-24. 9:33 to go in the second quarter. Raptors being led by the 11 points from Dennis Schroeder and Scotty Barnes. Jones, we talked about his slowish start, not attempting a field goal in the opening 5. We said he would get his shots. Well,
he will.
Suddenly he's 4 of 6, and he's got 9 to go along with 4 assists and a couple of rebounds. Raptors shooting a hair under 58% as a team with this 21-point lead. Isaiah Stewart at the elbow near side, looking at Achua, passes off to Burks. Burks bumped as he went to the 10, and they're going to call the foul on Grady Dick.
Important for the Raptors to kind of maintain and play with this lead, continue to play hard, and just make sure that there's no slippage.
First free throw is good for Burks. Second one coming. 20-point lead for the Raptors. It's clean, make it a 19-point lead. As Achua inbounds to Barnes, he'll bring it up for the Raptors. Sprinting across center, left-hand dribble on the near side. Turning around, passing on the perimeter to Achua. Precious hands it back to Scotty, who comes back near center court, now finds on the near side OG above the arc. Anunoby will step into a triple, and missing that one down low, all Detroit.
Tough look. I didn't think OG had his balance in order on that shot.
Thompson back for Detroit, had his pass deflected, knocked away into the baseline, so it's off Toronto. Detroit will keep it with 16 on the shot clock. And weaving through traffic, Burks, who misses the layup, but they're going to call a foul. The official on the far side toward the far baseline saw something, and they're going to send Burks to the free throw line. They're going to get the foul on Boucher, saying that he hit Burks on the shoulder. So Burks back to the stripe. He was just there moments ago, went a perfect 2 of 2. Attempts 3 and 4 now at the stripe. And that one's clean, so it shaves a little bit more off the Raptor lead. 45-27. James Wiseman going to come in a couple of moments for Detroit at the next whistle. Burks, second free throw short, battling down low. OG able to keep Stewart away from it to control it for Toronto. 18-point lead. Scotty Barnes on the near side with that left-hand dribble. Fires a pass on the baseline to Achua. Precious now dribbling into the corner in front of the Detroit bench. He's going to keep it himself, elevate for the long jumper, and he missed that one from about 18, 19 feet. Thompson back for Detroit. Cross court, right to left, over to Cunningham. Driving into the paint, now kicking it out. It was Ivy. Pistons whip it around. Thompson driving, met by Boucher right at the 10, and a late whistle comes in. Toronto had already secured the rebound before the whistle blew.
Well, I don't have a problem with a late whistle if it's the right one. When Jason Goebel though made that call, he was behind Chris Boucher. Chris went straight up. They're going to challenge. If Darko's thinking about challenging that one, no, he's getting Gary Trent to the game. Yeah. Chris jumped straight up, and we had the same perspective as Jason Goebel. So you can't tell if that contact is from Chris moving forward or backward, and there was an official on the baseline. So when a guy goes vertical, I think you got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Now, number 13, James Wiseman is in for Detroit. Also, Gary Trent.
Wiseman comes in for the Pistons. Trent checks in for the Raptors. Grady Dick sits down.
This Pistons team has just a lot of young kids with a ton of potential. When you think about Thompson, Cunningham, Wiseman, these guys are all top 5 picks.
Anunoby at the near elbow, went right, spins back left, hesitates for a moment, and as he elevates, his shot was blocked. OG wanted a call, didn't get it. Now he's rushing to get back into play. Detroit briefly had a 5-on-4. They blow the dunk on the alley-oop, but Stewart can't knock it down clean, and it goes out of bounds into the Raptor bench. So it'll be Toronto ball with 7:53 to go in the second quarter. Toronto leading by 17. triple. Far side, busted. Scotty Barnes unconscious with that shot.
Well, I can't believe how much more comfortable he looks this season shooting that three-point shot.
Raptors have the lead back at 20. Driving to the tin and dunking it down. It's Wiseman, and Darko's seen enough. He wants a quick timeout with 7:26 to go.
Well, they allowed penetration on the baseline, and I think that's something that Darko's going to try to address. The last couple of attacks, forays by the Pistons, have resulted in them getting into the painted area. Not sure he's happy about that, Darko.
7:26 to go, second quarter action. Raptors leading 48-30. It's Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 Advanced, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
All right, everyone. Step up and down. Left foot, right foot. You're climbing up a trail. Now back in your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and getting active in the real world. Work those abs. Driving right through the mud and left and right. Keep that core engaged and bend at the knees as you load more into your Subaru. Windows down. Take in that outdoor air and park.
Get more value out of every kilometer at your local Subaru dealer, starting with award-winning safety.
Discover the magic of lightning-fast internet with limitless possibilities. At Telmex, we don't do sales and promos. We offer no hidden fees, no gimmicky language, and no complicated time-limited offers. Just lightning-fast internet for great rates every day. Say hello to real value. Get speeds up to 1.5 gigabit for only $70 a month. Score today with reliable, fast Telmex internet. Visit telmex.com for details. Telmex, connecting you to the world around us.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors 48-30. Leading the Pistons by 18. 7:26 to go in the second quarter. And Toronto has been in control of this game, Jonesy. But I like that last time out from Darko Rajakovic. He saw something, as you noted, going to break, and he wants to address it now before it has the chance to snowball, because we've seen already many times this year, with Toronto being proof positive in the pudding, big leads can evaporate like that. So take control of things while you can.
They don't mean anything in the NBA now with the three-point shots, the number of possessions. Big leads, you just got to keep playing through them.
Toronto with the ball out of the timeout. Jakob Poeltl back into the game. Another beautiful pass to a cutting Trent, who kicks it back out, though, to OG to Pascal. Siakam now handing off to Schroeder. Schroeder over to Trent back on the far wing. Lobbing a pass toward the right block to Pascal. Got to go. Shot clock down to 3. Pascal turning, firing, hit the side of the rim, no good. I thought Trent earlier in the possession had a chance for the layup off the Poeltl feed. Unfortunately, the Raptors come away with nothing on that possession. OG nearly took the ball away from Thompson, but now Cunningham has it. Shot clock at 10 for Detroit. Cunningham gets to the free throw line. He's got OG on his back. He leans in, misses the shot, and Anunoby takes that rebound away from Poeltl. Here come the Raptors. Schroeder running the near lane. Thompson is on his right hip. Schroeder toward the baseline now to a cutting Poeltl. Bumped as he tried to lay it in. He missed the shot, but he's going to the stripe. Jakob Poeltl.
Schroeder really good at delivering that pocket pass on the screen and roll. Very patient. He and Poeltl playing together and working the entire side of the floor. I'm surprised Detroit and many teams don't load up when they see that. Just stand guys in the lane, or at least have guys ready to rush into the lane to help with the balls on one side. You know you're on the help side. You've got to be more aware. Give Schroeder some credit, give Poeltl some credit working that two-man game.
Yak, a perfect 2 of 2, and that could be huge if he can start making his free throws regularly. Raptors have the lead again at 20. It's 50-30 with 6:27 to go, second quarter. Cunningham for Detroit in the lane. Tough pass to Wiseman, who ends up going down to his shoelaces to get that ball. So the Pistons still controlling with 7 on the shot clock. Cunningham far side pulls up for a triple and knocks it down.
Got to get over top of that and not give him anything free.
Siakam to Trent. Handoff on the perimeter. Back over to Pascal. Pascal, oh, nice ball fake into the lane. Passes out far side. Triple. OG, no good. Rebounds a Pirtle. And a late whistle again comes in on a push in the back from Jakob Pirtle.
I don't know if it was that much of a push in the back.
And he called they called it after Monty Williams asked for it.
Well, and that was it. It was the referee wasn't sure he was going to let it play on, and then after a screen from Monty Williams, he figured, well, it must be.
50-33. Cunningham splits defenders, goes to the 10, and a beautiful left-hand finish from Cade Cunningham, who's got 12. Raptor lead was as high as 21. It's now at 15. 50-35. 5 straight for Detroit. Trent straight away. Pirtle screen. Gary elevates triple. Yes, sir. Gary Trent.
Nice job by Pirtle. The screen, just enough time to free up Gary.
Cunningham quickly back for Detroit. Turns around, fires out on the perimeter to Stewart for 3. Isaiah Stewart. He turns around and says, you got to get up. And he just got called for a technical foul for taunting. Jonesy, I will say, Isaiah Stewart was 0 of 4 before that shot. And you're going to talk junk after you hit 1 shot and you're 1 of 5? Give me a break. I will also say, and I think I might be reading your mind a little bit, this is what you used to say about the National Football League. Tough to legislate emotion out of the game.
I always say that. You can't. Like, let the guy talk his junk. He made 1 shot. You go down at the other end and you put one in his kitchen and say, come on back with that one. Let's see it again. Or you say something back to him like, hey man, any idiot can make 1. A blind squirrel finds a nut every so often. You made 1.
So Stewart called for the technical foul. Raptors went to the line and got the free throw from Gary Trent. So as we clean up the scoreboard now, it's 54-38. The Raptors leading by 16 with 5:37, check that, 5:17 to go in the second.
All right, so Gary, a victim of what they call the blue light special. We got the green light when there's a review. The blue light goes on in the arena when there's an official change to the score, whether it's taking a 3 to a 2, a 2 to a 3, a shot not beating the shot clock buzzer. The blue light special takes away a point from Gary Trent Jr.
Yeah, that Trent 3 from about a minute ago now changed to a 2, so the lead isn't 16, it's 15. Schroeder to Trent. Bunny hop in the lane. And they're calling a 3-second violation on the Raptors. Pirtle was waiting for a shot, trying to get prime rebounding position. And that extra hesitation from Pirtle got Yak caught in the lane. 4:50 to go in the first half. Stewart whips the pass over to Ivy, near side. Ivy, little up fake, show and go into the lane. Scoop around Pirtle, no good, as Yak's presence again affected that one. Flynn to Siakam, far side. Goes to Schroeder, to Trent, back to Pascal in the heart of the lane, and he floats it in. A great look from Gary.
Well, a great look, but that ball went left side to right side. Coaches love it when it gets to the second side, and as I said, even to the third side. It went left side, right side, back to the left side, and Pascal had an easy 10-footer.
Ivy straight away, deep one, no good. Pirtle grabbed it and taps it to Siakam. Pascal will bring it up for the Raptors with 4:10 to go in the half. Pascal on the near side. Quiet afternoon so far, 4 points. Pascal went right, tried to come back left, double teamed, and we're going to have a jump ball. Gary Trent quickly runs over to pull Pascal off the floor, and then he has a few words for the officials and for Isaiah Stewart. Remember, Isaiah, he's got a bit of a temper at times, right?
He can.
We saw him go after LeBron James and Lakers a couple of years ago.
Scotty Barnes going to check back in. Replacing Malachi Flynn. Malachi was quietly given very good minutes the last few games. He's kind of settling into that backup point guard role. And Darko seems to be trusting him a little bit more.
4:03 to go now. In this first half, Raptors leading 55-38. Siakam wins the jump. Trent tracks it down on the near sideline. Barnes has it over on the wing far side to Schroeder. Thought about the three, puts it on the floor, into the lane. Beautiful handoff pass to Perto, who lays it in. Went chest to chest with Stewart and got it to go.
Schroeder with the penetrating dribble, attracting all the attention, and it came off a terrific shot fake.
Thompson up top to Stewart. Stewart now dribbling toward the far side, hands off to Cunningham. Cunningham behind the back, far elbow. Jumper no good. And they're going to call the foul on Toronto.
They're going to call it on Trent on a push. I didn't think it was a push. I thought it was more of a fall away or a fade away on Cunningham. That's a bad call.
Jonesy, I hate to beat this drum. There's like a processing delay with Jason Goebel today. The last three whistles have come after the play.
Well, he was fading left, and Trent put his left hand on him to push him left, or it looks like a push, but that was just a tag. That had no impact on the shot. No impact on the shot.
Cunningham at the stripe goes 1 of 2. The Raptor lead is 57-39. 3:30 now to go in the opening half. Toronto leading by 18. Scotty Barnes, left hand with the handoff to Trent, back to Scotty in the near corner, busted. Scotty Barnes is dialed in tonight. 6 of 8 overall, including 3 of 3 from distance.
Great shot prep, great technique, holding the follow through, really, really confident.
Cunningham, free throw line, step back, jumper clean for Cunningham. He's got 15 to match Scotty's 15.
And Dennis Schroeder looking at Jason Goebel saying, if that was a foul on Gary Trent, that was a push-off on Cade Cunningham.
60-41, Raptors by 19. Poeltl with a lob down low on the right block to Pascal. How about that touch from Jakob Poeltl? He floated that thing up from the elbow.
He's doing such a magnificent job passing the ball this season.
I'll tell you what, he's got 3 assists. It feels like he's got 7.
He's also making the hockey assist too, which is really valuable.
Siakam weaving through traffic, got to the 10 and missed with a right-hand scoop. Bodies flying, including Pascal, who's on the baseline. Pistons with a 5-on-4, far corner. They can't take advantage as Burks misses the free throw. Pascal never got back to center. Siakam to Poeltl, look out! Austrian hammer, this time on the dunk, and one. And a 3-point opportunity coming for Jakob Poeltl. He put it on the Pistons' head.
Scotty Barnes really competing for that rebound at the other end. I mean, that ball was anybody's ball. He tipped it up in the air and then quickly bounded off the floor to get it himself. And that started the fast break. Boy, Scotty doing a great job with the rebounding on that possession.
Barnes with 3 rebounds to go along with 4 assists and 15 points. How about Yak, who hits another free throw with 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. A great ball game thus far for Jakob Poeltl and the Raptors overall, as Toronto leads 65-41. It's their largest lead of the game with 2:10 to go until half. Alec Burks trying to weave his way to the 10. Went right at Poeltl, missed the shot, but it's guided back into the 10 on the offensive glass by James Wiseman. Well, they credited Burks, but that was Wiseman who put that in the 10. Schroeder, pull-up jumper, far side, it crawls over the rim and goes for Dennis Schroeder, who's having a great afternoon with 13 points on 6 of 9. The Raptors are shooting 57%.
Well, Detroit's giving them everything they want. I mean, you look at Toronto, 32. Almost half their points in the paint.
James Wiseman just whistled for an offensive foul. So we're turning around and going the other way with the Raptors. Detroit with 7 turnovers today, leading to 12 points for the Raptors. 90 seconds to go here in the opening half. Schroeder brings it across center. No screen came, he just turns around and hands off the pass to Trent, who skips into the lane, went right at the Pistons front line, missed the shot wildly, and Detroit comes away with the ball. Knox to Burks on the wing far side, up top, straight away, it's Cunningham. Now it's fading toward the near side. Poeltl in a stance in front of Cunningham, who drives, whips an underhand pass to Stewart, ball knocked away by Toronto, picked up by Barnes, turns around and fires the pass ahead. Raptors try to save it, they do. Trent to Siakam. He blows the bucket, but tries to get his own miss back, and it goes off Detroit. It's going to be Toronto ball. How about the athleticism from Barnes, first of all, but then by Trent to even keep that thing in bounds? That's effort, big time.
Well, the pass went between, it was behind Trent and too far in front of Pascal. And Trent with a great adjustment to save it there. Pascal got away with a walk on the shot attempt that didn't go down. The good thing is, at least if you're Toronto, you get the ball back.
Raptors inbound from the baseline. Barnes to OG, back to Scotty. Bounce pass out on the perimeter to Schroeder. Schroeder's got Stewart in front of him. Going to take a three and miss it. Tried to stare down the big man, but couldn't knock it down. Under a minute to go. Raptors leading 67-43. 24-point advantage, matches their largest of the game. Cunningham driving on the far side, fading toward the baseline, missed the shot, picked up by Schroeder. Quickly ahead to Pascal. Siakam to Barnes, back to Pascal, lay it in. A little tic-tac-toe for the Raptors. They lead by 26. Cunningham across center. Pistons will have to give it up before half. Cunningham getting down into the paint, trying to lean in on OG, had the ball deflected, knocked away, picked up by Stewart, and the Raptors see their lead chopped back down to 24 with 20.2 seconds to go.
Well, they've had a good half. Finish it with a strong possession here, and then expect a flurry of activity from Detroit.
Schroeder. OG came to set a screen. Schroeder now drives on Burks, streaks by him, misses the left-hand layup. Looked like there was contact. And now knocks down the floor. He was thinking dunk, but he realized he was going to run out of time, so he tried to float up a little finger roll from about 6 feet. He took off and couldn't kiss it off glass. So we go into the half with the Raptors leading 69-45.
Good half for Toronto, shooting the ball at 54%, holding Detroit under 40%, doing a good job all around. Again, though, you got to figure Detroit's going to come a little stronger in the second half.
Folks, Bet Rivers Sportsbook and Casino is here, and it's your home for chance this basketball season. Download the app featuring thousands of action-packed bets, thrilling slots, and exciting table games for you to enjoy all season long. Bet Rivers and Raptors basketball on Sportsnet. It's time to take a chance. Must be 19 plus, available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly, and if you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. Raptors at the half leading 69-45. When we come back, we'll get some halftime stats and then get you set for our halftime interview with former Raptors coach Dwayne Casey. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Black Friday is on at Real Canadian Superstore, and we're getting straight to the points. Earn 25,000 PC Optimum points for every $100 spent on electronics, small appliances, and more. That's $25 back in points. Till November 23rd, see flyer for details.
Black Friday is on now at Mark's. From November 16th to 22nd, save up to 60% in-store and online. Featuring great deals on jackets, sweaters, boots, workwear, and more. Visit Mark's in-store or at marks.com to shop and save.
Sometimes when you shoot, you don't score. But when it comes to Black Friday savings at Number 7 Auto Mall, it's a sure shot. Come into Number 7 Auto Mall now and save on your favorite brands, including Toyota, Mazda, Nissan, Volkswagen, and Infiniti, and hundreds of used cars to choose from. November 16th to 24th, enjoy a $750 credit on a winter tire package. Visit in store for details. Highway 7 in Martin Grove, east of the 427.
Number 7 Auto Mall.
Part
at the Zankin Auto Group.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors leading the Pistons 69-45, 15 points in the first half for Scotty Barnes on 6 of 8 shooting. Dennis Schroeder with 13, 6 of 11 off the bench. Precious Achiuwa's got 10 on the other side. For Detroit, it's Cade Cunningham with 15. Detroit shooting 39% in the first half. The Raptors at 54%. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. Action in the NBA, 108-84. Philadelphia leading Brooklyn with about 5.5 minutes to go in that ball game, and everything else is yet to tip off at 5 o'clock Eastern, coming up in mere moments, actually, in seconds away. Orlando at Indiana, 6 o'clock Denver and Cleveland, 7:30 Sacramento, Dallas, 8 o'clock Boston, Memphis, 8 o'clock Phoenix and Utah, 9 o'clock OKC, Portland, 9:30 Houston at the Lakers. We'll give you some of the football scores in the second half. But when we come back, you're going to hear from former Pistons coach, former Raptors coach, and still currently Detroit executive Dwayne Casey. That's up next on Toronto Raptors basketball, presented by Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
The secret to my super strength? A mega-calorie diet. And my super strong muscles are exactly what Ann and Kate needed. They wanted a backyard with a tiki bar. You know the vibes. They were approved for a home renovation loan. And I got these powerful hands dirty. Their backyard is now glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
This season is a symphony filled with vivid colors, seen on vast drives taken in a Lexus. Experience all that fall has to offer with the craft, confidence, and control of a Lexus.
For details on how you can spend this season driving in a 2023 Lexus RX, visit your local Lexus dealer or lexusontario.ca.
As a parent in Ontario, I know that every student deserves to learn in a school that's safe and modern. And that starts with real government investment to address the teacher shortage, to ensure that my child and every child has a qualified teacher in the classroom. This and more student supports in schools means safer schools for everybody. Tell the Ford government that it's past time to invest in students. Visit knowmore.ca. That's KNOWMORE.ca. A message from the Ontario English Catholic Teachers Association.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Active Green and Ross.
We're on the path to winter once again. Get up to a $100 mail-in rebate when you purchase a set of 4 Michelin tires between October 5th and December 20th. From tires to tune-ups, we won't be undersold. There's no better place to buy your Michelin tires than
Active Green and Ross.
Certain conditions apply. See store for details.
Black Friday deals are on at Freedom Mobile. Get a nationwide unlimited plan on our growing 5G network for just $34 a month for 24 months when you bring your own phone. So it's more like Black Friday. Conditions apply. Details at freedommobile.ca.
What's better than getting a delicious McMuffin and a medium premium roast coffee? Getting a delicious McMuffin and a medium premium roast coffee for only $4 plus tax. It's your favorite McDonald's breakfast for less. What's better than that? For a limited time at participating McDonald's in Canada, prices exclude delivery.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors lead the Pistons 69-45 on the latest edition of Smith and Jones, which, by the way, you can download and subscribe to anytime at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, or otherwise. We had a chance to chat with former Raptors head coach and now Pistons executive Dwayne Casey.
What's a day entail for Dwayne Casey now? What are your duties as a front office person?
I'm doing a lot of scouting as far as college basketball around the States, and some in Europe. Going to be going to Europe to see some prospects there, and also potential trade guys, going to different NBA games around the league. And so kind of involved in all three of those phases of personnel, and then also doing the pregame and postgame shows with the team when I'm in town, and which has been fun, talking basketball, talking hoops. I don't talk about the Pistons as far as evaluating what they're doing and not doing, since I was just there recently. So I try not to even mention how they played or what they're doing or how they're doing. So but it's been fun, just, still, like you said, Jonesy, being around the game, being a lifer, still being involved. And, still I miss coaching. I go to these practices in college. And matter of fact, I was down in Vanderbilt at Jerry Stackhouse's practice, and he runs a tight show. So really enjoyed watching his team practice down there, and really gives you the itch when you get around a guy like that.
Are you finding enjoyment in this sort of different phase or stage of things?
Yes, I enjoy it, Eric. It's one of those things you enjoy in different areas. I enjoy still being around it. I enjoy evaluating and seeing potential players, potential trade prospects, and evaluating colleges. But, you miss the coaching, you miss the challenge, you miss the preparation, you miss the everyday camaraderie with the players and practice and coaching and teaching. All those areas you miss, mainly the camaraderie and relationships. Because when you're out scouting and evaluating, you're by yourself most of the time. I think Troy and I, our general manager, we went to Chicago the other night to see the Chicago Championship Classic. So that's kind of been the only time I've had someone with me. So it's lonesome. You're not around your teammates or your fellow coaches from that standpoint. But it's a challenge. It's a different challenge, and it's another. I'm learning, and I've always loved learning a different phase of basketball, and this is definitely a different phase of approaching the NBA game.
Would you do things differently if you started to drive the car again?
You do look at things differently. I'm stealing from a lot of the college coaches. John Shire, I was down at Duke for a couple of days watching them practice, and you steal drills, you steal ideas, you steal terminologies, you steal some techniques. But one thing that I would get back to that I think I got away from as a coach when you're rebuilding is, you manufacturing ways to score. I think I got away from my defense first mentality, just seeing the game change and trying to keep up with that. But a lot of that was due with personnel, young guys trying to score in the league, trying to help them. So if anything, I would get back to more of the defense first philosophy, also with an eye on scoring, because the game is changing. I call it an arms race. Of trying to score in today's game. You've got to be able to score. You got to have, kind of get your scoring around your personnel. But at the same time, you do have to win with defense, and that's a difficult thing to do. And that's why I'm looking at Boston. They're in top five, I think, in both offense and defense. And that's when you can start talking about championships, when you have that combination. And we had that in Toronto.
That was former Raptors head coach and Pistons executive Dwayne Casey. That was on the latest edition of Smith & Jones. Make sure you subscribe to Smith & Jones wherever you get your podcast. Download, subscribe, rate, and review. When we come back, second half action with the Raptors leading the Pistons 69-45 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Monte Carlo Inn, your home sweet home.
Monte Carlo Inns would like to thank the many of you for visiting our hotels over the last several months. Monte Carlo Inns is very proud of our Made in Canada brand and are delighted to continue to be your home away from home for quality accommodations and functional meeting facilities in Southern Ontario. To save on your next stay with us or to book your next event space, book directly at MonteCarloInns.com.
Monte Carlo Inn.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season? The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
Did you see this? The Rogers Wrapped in Red event is back with exciting deals. Really? It says right here, you compare 5G mobile and Ignite internet plans, each starting at $55 a month. What? You want the fine print? For 24 months after auto-pay discount for mobile. New activations only.
All of that? Amazing.
But how will we gift wrap a plan?
There's a bag for everything these days. Our really, really exciting Black Friday deals are here. Visit Rogers.com or a Rogers store for details.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm jealous.
Hi, Michael. How did it start?
With my neighbor.
Oh, yeah. Go on. We talk.
So the jealousy stops. Well, he renovated his whole bathroom, and he said he got everything on sale.
Come on.
Even his tools.
That's just ridiculous.
Right? I'm not crazy.
Your neighbor's gonna be jealous with the Rona and Rona Plus Black Friday events. Save 50% on select pre-lit holiday living artificial Christmas trees. Conditions apply. Details in store or at rona.ca.
That sand between your toes feeling? We have a flight for that. WestJet has more daily flights to sunny destinations than ever before. So whether it's white, pink, or black sand you love, we'll get you to the sand that's perfect for you and your toes. Book now at WestJet.com.
Enjoy the classic taste of the holidays at Tim's with the new non-alcoholic Bailey's flavored holiday menu. Whether you're hanging holiday lights or driving up to your folks, you can enjoy your Tim's and Bailey's anytime, anywhere at participating restaurants in Canada.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half. Toronto Raptors basketball presented by Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans on Sportsnet 590, The Fan. And folks, of course, we are streaming on sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet app. Raptors getting set to begin the second half with a 24-point lead. And I said we would take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. Some football scores coming in from earlier today. The Texans beating the Cardinals 21-16. The Lions come back to beat the Bears 31-26. Blowout for the Cowboys 33-10 over the Panthers. Packers with a huge win over the Chargers 23-20. Dolphins beating the Raiders 20-13. Commanders losing to the Giants 31-19. And the Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. Second half underway. Detroit with the ball. It's Ivy with a three to start this third quarter. He misses it. Crashing in, though, is Thompson to take it away from Barnes. Thompson trying to weave through traffic, splits defenders, lost the handle, picked up loose by Pirtle, ahead to Barnes. Barnes down Main Street to the 10, and he bobbled the ball, but smartly bounced past it to Siakam, to Pirtle, back to Barnes, and there's the dunk. If you don't succeed the first time, try it again.
Good job by Scotty staying with it. So, give him credit.
Pistons coming back. No good. Thompson on the left block. Raptors with the rebound. OG driving on the near side. Weaving through defenders. Got to the 10. Looked like he was hammered on the right shoulder. No call. Raptors with the rebound. Barnes misses a three. And down low, OG unable to grab the rebound. Man, OG got hammered. Near corner. Knox. Thought about the three. Instead puts it on the floor. Drives into the paint. Goes at Pirtle. And gets the right-hand floater to go.
Job by Knox turning down the jump shot, but you're right, OG took it strong to the basket. Those are the things that frustrate a coach. I mean, they call a touch foul on the Cade Cunningham fall away, and then your guy goes to the basket. OG gets a technical. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Technical foul called on the Raptors. 71-47. The Raptors leading by 24. And now Cunningham is going to go to the line to shoot that technical free throw. And he misses. A little poetic justice. So we'll come back down this end of the floor, right in front of us on the near sideline. Scotty Barnes will get set to inbound for the Raptors. Again, they're leading 71-47 as he bounces the pass into Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder on that logo at center, goes over on the far wing now to Barnes, back to Schroeder, running start, driving, stops on a dime, off glass, no good, and that's a goaltend. as the Pistons pulled down on the net, on the mesh. I think that was Stewart that got a hand in there. Or are they going to call it on Toronto? No, they're going to say it was Pirtle.
Whoever it was.
I thought it was Stewart that got a hand in there.
Whoever it was.
It was Stewart. Yes, thank you. I had it right the first time. Come on, Herbie.
I mean, the net is part of the goal. And, you know, I got a ruling on that controversial ending in the Oklahoma City Golden State game pertaining to that.
Raptors by 26. They kick it out. Triple on a clean look. Cunningham no good. Stewart battling down low with Pirtle. And the Raptors come away with the ball. Here's Siakam running the near side into the corner. OG on the baseline. Bumped by Thompson. Going to be a foul on the floor. Raptors will get it on the side with 19 on the shot clock. Little hesitation there from OG. Thompson committed and was only left with that little shoulder into OG. Anunoby in his return to the lineup with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Raptors work the ball around on the far side at Schroeder with a handoff pass from Pirtle. Back to Yak, driving, scooping, no good, but he's fouled. And to the line will go Jakob Pirtle.
Pirtle has done an excellent job all year, and I just think that two-man game and that chemistry with Pirtle and Schroeder, it may even spread to Flynn, depending on the lineups that Darko uses. That's just going to continue to improve.
Pirtle again knocks down the free throw. That didn't count as a jinx. I just said again knocked down. I didn't say anything else, Jones. You don't blame me on that one.
Well, he's tonight when I look, it's 4 for 5. That's a pretty good percentage for him.
Well, he came into the game shooting 43%. Pistons whip that thing around the perimeter on the wing near side. Knox with the 3 and he rips the cords. The Raptor lead is still pretty big though at 74-50.
Well, they missed a travel and then Detroit swings the ball to Knox, who knocks down the 3.
Raptors trying to come back. Schroeder down near that right block, had the ball knocked away by Thompson. Gets it back, goes out on the perimeter to Pascal. Siakam driving, leaning in on Knox. Now stepping back, fading, firing, and a bucket for Pascal.
Strictly one-on-one work. Great job there by Pascal.
In the lane, Cunningham met by defenders, fires out on the perimeter to Thompson. Wow, missing badly on that one. The backboard might have saved a couple of lives. Here comes OG driving, handing it off to Pascal, hammered by Knox, and then falls awkwardly into the basket stanchion. He goes into that padded area in a heap, and he's down on the floor. I think he's fine. He's got a smile on his face, but that was an awkward fall for Pascal. Man. Knox with the foul. Pascal, though, falling awkwardly, now getting back up and trying to get himself back into the mix.
Hard shoulder. That left shoulder went hard into the base of the stanchion.
And as much as that thing's padded, it's not like it's soft padding.
Right.
That's still going to hurt. You're going to feel that one. Pascal goes to the free throw line and knocks down the first one. It's his first appearance at the stripe tonight. 12 points in the ballgame. Check that, 11. I was a little ahead of myself. 11 points for Pascal, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Raptors still shooting 53% in this game. Second free throw is good. The lead builds to 28, largest of the game. Toronto has never trailed in this game. They are up 78-50. Stewart above the arc, far side. Cross court, right to left over to Cunningham. Cunningham with OG in front of him. He calls for a screen. Stewart comes over. Cunningham backs to Stewart, who lays it in and takes the bump from Pirtle. It's an and-one opportunity for Isaiah Stewart.
That's probably something that Darko spoke about, the fact that Detroit, when they did break the Raptor defense down, was able to get into the lane. That's something that can't happen regularly.
Stewart at the line, knocks down the free throw, 78-53. Raptors leading by 25. A Cross center, Schroeder gives it to Barnes, back to Dennis. Bobbled for a moment, recontrols, dips behind a Pirtle screen. Now uses the screen again at the free throw line. The running floater is good for Dennis Schroeder. The two of them are dialed in together.
Well, they just have such a growing chemistry, emerging chemistry going right now.
Detroit trying to answer back with a triple from Knox, no good. Raptors get on the glass and pull that one down. Toronto across center. Barnes at the free throw line, rifles a pass to Pirtle, who lays it in. Great execution by Toronto again, and Yak is having a fantastic afternoon. Down low, missing right under the tin. Knox. Raptors again with the rebound. Down the floor they come. 30-plus lead. No, sir, as Schroeder misses from the far side. Raptors up 82-53. Then Detroit promptly giving it right back as they missed the alley-oop to Thompson. And it's kind of been that kind of a day for Detroit, shooting 37%. They've got 10 turnovers, and they're down by 29.
I'll give Toronto's defense some credit. And, you know, maybe playing against those tough teams in those difficult games is showing here.
What a spin move, sorry, Jonesy, by Pascal Siakam down on the left block to finish off glass and in. He completely undressed the Pistons, and the Raptors now lead by 31.
My point was they're not playing down to their opponents, right? They've learned what a standard of play is, and we're going to keep it up regardless of who we're playing.
Toronto up 84-53 with 7:25 to go in the third quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
During those unpredictable weather conditions, the improved Celsius 2 really perform when needed most. Our open country tire got us through tough weather on a variety of terrains. In the really bad conditions, Toyo Observe outperformed with advanced tread design, sipes, and of course, they've got nuts that really grip. That's a winning lineup.
You can get even better results. For a limited time, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 Toyo tires. Details at toyotires.ca.
Get ready to save big during the Black Friday Super Sale at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's how Jen saves on holiday gifts and gets PC Optimum points.
I got great deals on beauty products for my best friend, electronics for my hubby, and toys for the kids. So, amazing gifts for them and points for me. Aren't I a holiday superstar?
For sure, Jen. The Black Friday Super Sale is on now, exclusive to Shoppers Drug Mart. Get gifts, save big, leave happy. Restrictions apply. Details in store.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading by 31 with 7:25 to go in the third quarter. Toronto with a balanced attack offensively today. Schroeder and Barnes each with 17. Siakam's got 14. Pirtle's got 12 off the bench. Achua with 10. Raptors shooting 55%. The Pistons with only one player in double figures. That's Cunningham with 15. It has been a struggle for Detroit, to say the least.
Yeah, give Toronto credit. They have come out firing and really kind of keeping Detroit at bay.
Gary Trent checking back in for the Raptors as Stewart gets into the lane, went right, spins back left, and as the Raptors took the ball away, they're going to call Toronto for a reach and a little slap there on OG Anunoby. Team foul number 2 on the Raptors. That's the second on OG personally as well, as Detroit will inbound from the far side. 7:15 to go in the third. Feels like we've been playing this third quarter for 20 minutes already. Stewart. Bounce pass in the lane, going up and under. Thompson with the reverse layup. Darko not happy about that one. Cross center. Bumped at center court as Schroeder advanced. And Thompson's going to take the foul on Dennis Schroeder.
Thompson's a guy that really takes his defense seriously. He's got a great defensive mindset. He's going to serve the Pistons well for years to come.
I'll tell you what, put a little more weight on him, Jonesy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at OG Anunoby out there.
Absolutely.
OG on the near side. Backing his way down to the block. What a pass to a cutting Siakam, who lays it up and in high off glass. Fantastic find from Anunoby. Raptors try and get back defensively, and they do. Stewart misses the layup, and then as the Pistons try to gain control of the rebound, it goes off Detroit out of bounds, and it's going to be Raptor ball on the baseline. Hold on a second. Jason Goebel, what's he saying? Is he going to say that there was a push in the back on Pirtle? What's he saying here? I didn't see whatever he saw. They're saying cylinder interference on the Raptors, I believe. No? Let's get the official word here from Herbie. Well, he didn't give us the word. Jason Goebel signaled something. Might have just been offensive cylinder interference because on the rebound attempt, I believe from Bagley, he touched the rim, but it didn't matter because the rebound went to the Raptor anyway. Pirtle in the lane, stops on a dime, rifles it back to OG, who's contested and fouled, and to the stripe will go OG Anunoby.
It's nice to see OG come out aggressive after being off a few games. The guys kind of trying to fit in, making sure that he's not overstepping his bounds. He might be a little shy because he's not physically finely tuned, but OG showing none of that impact today.
6:20 to go, third quarter. Anunoby with the free throw has the Raptors leading 87-55. 32-point lead, largest of the game for the Raptors. Free throw up, no good for Anunoby. That one rolled off the rim. He's 2 of 4 at the stripe. Pistons bring it across center. Cunningham still sitting on those 15 points. Handing to Burks, back to Cunningham. Bagley comes over, sets a screen. Cunningham still on the bounce at the free throw line. Thought about the jumper. He came down and traveled. They didn't blow the whistle. It goes off Toronto out of bounds on the baseline. It's still Detroit ball.
I thought OG did a terrific job there of swallowing up Cunningham. And you're right, Eric. It sure looked like he traveled with that ball, went airborne, and came down with it.
Pistons inbound. Shot clock down to 2. Burks contested jumper toward the far baseline. Missed it off the side of the rim. Pirtle with the rebound. Yak is 1 rebound away from a double-double. Schroeder on the near side. Hands off to Trent. Dipping behind Pirtle. Straight away. Free throw line. The running floater goes for Gary Trent. Raptors are putting it on the Pistons today, leading by 34. Cunningham, wing, far side, triple is good. He's been the only one to do anything offensively for the Pistons today. 89-58. Siakam around a Pirtle screen in the lane, turns around, fires out far sideline. Gary Trent busted. Trent with the triple, and the Raptors leading big time right now, 92-58.
Good to see Gary Trent too. I mean, he had been catching his stride before injuries put him out of the lineup.
Cunningham dipping around a Bagley screen, far elbow contested by Schroeder. Looked like there might have been contact. Take it and run if you're a Raptor fan as Toronto pushes ahead with the rebound. Siakam going at the 10, brushes off Burks, gets the layup to go, plus the foul, and a 3-point opportunity coming for Pascal Siakam. He's got 18.
He has been very quietly a strong presence, probably the last year and a half in the paint, understanding the physicality of the game. When you're a player of that caliber, what kind of resistance opponents are going to put up against you, knowing that it's going to be physical, and just playing through it.
Free throw No good. It bounces off the rim, but it bounces into the hands of the Raptors, and Siakam's got it back. Raptors could come away with a 5-point trip. No, sir, as Trent misses the triple. Raptors up 94-58, 36-point edge, their largest of the game. Driving to the 10, left-hand scoop, no good for Cunningham. Ball tapped out, picked up by Trent, fouled on the near side. And the Raptors are going to the free throw line again.
Transition take foul called on, and this is number 17, Stanley Amude.
Amude takes the foul, Jonesy. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
First one in the Raptors' favor this year. First one. It's only the fourth one I've seen all year.
Trent at the line. Free throw is good. Remember early in the season, he was having major issues at the stripe as well. Nice to see him kind of get things going at the free throw line. And certainly the confidence that Darko has in him right now to let him take those shots. Siakam to Pirtle. Great bunny hop in the lane, and the big man catches and finishes. He's got 14 and 10.
The hard roll to the basket is paying off for Jakob Pirtle, and he's presenting himself and finding himself open.
Pistons, far sideline. 3 ball is up and in. Amude gets it to go. And Darko Rajakovic wants a timeout. With the Raptors leading 97-61.
Toronto really, really firing. You kind of wish you could save some of this for the back-to-back with Orlando and Indiana, but you know what? This is good. Hopefully it'll put them in a good groove.
It's 97-61 with 3:53 to go in the third. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day. Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot. It's where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I run at sonic speeds, but I'm not as quick as the fastest computer. And that's exactly what Sam needed. She runs an IT firm and needed an upgrade. Within 24 hours, she was approved for a business loan. After, I stuck around to play some online games. My legs might be fast, but my thumbs, even faster.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Paul Jones, Eric Smith with you. Third quarter action. The Raptors leading 97-61. It has been an absolute blowout this afternoon. Toronto got off to an early lead. They were up by 9. Pistons did go on a 7-0 run to cut it to 2. And they were within breathing distance, Jonesy. It was 20-18 in the opening quarter. The Raptors finished the opening quarter, though, on a 12-2 run to go up by 12 at the end of one, and they have not looked back since, and they have not let the foot off either, building and building and building some more as the game's gone on. They've led by as many as 39, and it currently sits at 36.
Well, they've done a great job, and like I said, it may be a result of playing all those difficult teams and just kind of dialed in right now. Could be one of those 10 nights that anything's going to happen. It's going to be good.
Schroeder with the pass in the lane to Jakob Pirtle. who continues to have a perfect game. 6 of 6, 16 points and 10 rebounds. Wiseman. Pistons working around to Burks for 3 far wing. He can fill it up. Flynn. Cross court, left to right over to Schroeder. Goes around a Pirtle screen behind the back pass to Yak. Out on the far side to Siakam. Driving into the paint. Going at the Pistons. Fading over Bagley and getting it to go. How about the patience and the footwork there from Pascal?
Well, like I said, last year when he said he wanted to be a top 5 player, he knows what comes with that. And his offense has come to pass.
Driving to the tin and missing was Wiseman. Great contest by Yak. Down the floor comes Schroeder. Snuffed out on a big-time block by Detroit. But the Pistons can't save it on the baseline as Bagley tried to, but stepped on the baseline. So the Raptors are going to get it back with 17 on the shot clock.
Number 5, Precious Achua returns to the floor for the Raptors.
Achua is going to come in for Pirtle, and the fans should give Yak a big-time ovation. He has been playing his backside off today. Flynn will inbound on the baseline just to the right of the Raptor bench. Lobs one in, out on the perimeter to Pascal. Siakam straight away. At that far elbow now. Driving, spinning, firing. Left that one short, and the Pistons control the rebound.
Still getting any shot he wants, Pascal. And again, another game where he's over 20. Probably doesn't have much time left in this one. You take a few miles off the clicker.
Detroit down 101-66 as Sasser just dropped down the bucket from the baseline far side on about a 15-footer. Malachi Flynn brings it across for the Raptors with 2 minutes to go here in the third. He is fouled on a pass-off, and he'll be going to the free throw line. Sasser with the foul, sending Flynn to the stripe. This will be his first appearance at the line. He's scoreless in 9 minutes. Flynn missing that free throw pretty badly. Left it well short.
Left it short. I like what he's been doing, though. I like that he's, like I said, the way he's settled into that backup point guard role and really, really doing a nice job recently running the second unit.
Second free throw no good as well as it bounces off the back of the rim. So still scoreless on the afternoon. As he comes back defensively, getting right under the chin right now of Sasser up towards center court. Sasser stops his dribble. He's got to give it up. Finally does. To Wiseman, who gets to the free throw line, turns, fires, and misses a contested jumper. Across center comes Precious, handing off to Pascal straight away with the 3-ball, and it goes in. Maybe that will ignite Pascal in terms of the 3-ball. He doesn't need an ignition anywhere else. He's got 23 to lead all scorers.
He missed 17 straight 3-pointers before hitting that one, so you're right. Maybe it'll add another dimension.
Driving, far side, Burks into the lane, left-hand scoop, fouled, and again it sounds like, or it looks like, excuse me, the Pistons got away with a travel on the Burks initial foray to the tin.
That's what bothers me, the inconsistency. They called Pascal the last game against Boston for a travel, starting his dribble in the backcourt, 75 feet from the basket with nobody around. Here on the offensive end, guy catches the ball in attacking position with the defense compromised, takes steps, and it's not called.
1:21 to go, third quarter. And a perfect 2 of 2 at the stripe for Burks. He's off the bench now with 12. Raptors leading big, 104-68. Wing 3, far side, too strong. OG, great traffic rebound to Scotty, out to Flynn. Misses that 3-ball, high for the rebound. It's Wiseman, hits it head to Burks. Under a minute to go now, third quarter. Burks looks up at the shot clock. In the lane, bounces a pass to Wiseman, turns with the left hand and finishes over Scotty Barnes.
Classic big man move by James Wiseman. A glimpse of the future. He can start to play inside, outside.
Driving to the tin and dunking it down was Precious Achiuwa on the far side, but they're calling an illegal screen, I believe, on Scotty Barnes, so that wipes out the Achiuwa bucket.
Well, and you know, the funny thing was, Scotty was, I guess you could call it illegal. It looked like a Vlade Divac back in the day, bending over screen, but at the same time, there's lots going on that could be called too.
Pistons turn the ball over again for the 12th time in the afternoon. Barnes to Trent in front of his own bench. Gary missing the three in Detroit with the rebound. 26 seconds to go in the quarter. Pistons have about a 3.5-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Sasser gives it up to Burks, who stands on that Raptor logo, milking this thing down as much as possible. Burks driving now on the far side. Throws it high off, well, not even off glass, up and over the backboard, but there's going to be a foul coming in on Precious Achiuwa, so it doesn't matter either way, as Alec Burks is going to go to the free throw line with 7.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. Raptors leading 104-70. Toronto still shooting 55%.
Could be looking at a season-high field goal percentage for Toronto. 55.3. Currently 56 against Milwaukee, so they're hovering in the neighborhood.
Two of two at the stripe for Burks. Done a pretty decent job off the bench with 14. Bulk of that, though, coming out the stripe with 7 of 8 free throws. Scotty Barnes, 4 seconds to go, passes out to OG. 3 ball on the wing, no good. It would have been good if it went down, but you hear the buzzer in the background. That's the end of the third quarter. Raptors led by as many as 39. It sits at 32 as we get set for the fourth.
Pretty good execution there late in the quarter, playing inside out, getting it down to Scotty, and kick out for a great look by OG Anunoby.
We'll take the break, come back with the final frame. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Herron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick homes are built with upgraded features and elevated finishes. Chef-inspired kitchens, spa-like en-suites, and a fully finished lower level. Even better, Williamsburg Green has parks, playgrounds, and trails to explore. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
At Toyota, we believe you deserve a truck like the Tundra. It's a truck that's capable, reliable, and ready for adventure, just like you. A truck that's tough on the outside, yet warm and comforting on the inside. What? You know you secretly enjoy a nice warm bubble bath? Ah, don't we all? It's time to find your match. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2024 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $164 weekly for 40 months at 7.99% with $5,449 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Back at Scotiabank Arena, Paul Jones, Eric Smith with you, getting set to start the fourth. The Raptors have led from wire to wire thus far. It would take a minor miracle for Detroit to come back and win this game, but the Raptors can't let up, close this thing out, and hit the road on a high, Jonesy. The Raptors with a victory would improve to 6-7 as they get set for their next game coming up on Tuesday against the Magic.
A tournament game, and Orlando's one of those young and up-and-coming teams, so it's a good way to go in there.
Got the Magic on Tuesday, the Pacers on Wednesday on the road back-to-back. Toronto starts the fourth with a triple as Gary Trent rips the cords from the far sideline. Driving far side and cut off. No good was Sasser. Pistons elevate though for the jumper after that one. Sasser had passed that one off. And it's going to be a foul coming in on who? They're going to call it on Boucher. And it was, I believe, on a 3. Mude goes to the free throw line as a result. And he misses the first one. I believe that feeds the house, doesn't it? Isn't it one missed free throw in the fourth quarter?
Is it one?
I think it's just one.
There it is.
I think you just have to miss once. Second one goes down. A third one coming in a moment. Sar Thompson comes back in for the Pistons. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Raptors leading 107-73. Third one goes down for Mude. He's 2 of 3 at the stripe on that one. 5 points in the ball game. Pistons trailing by 33. Precious to Gary Trent, trying to spin away from the defender. Passes back out to Achua. Precious into the lane. Wiseman was there. Precious brings it back out. Now hands off to Anunoby. OG turning the corner into the lane. Passes in the near corner. Right in front of his own bench. Chris Boucher busted. The 3 ball is good for Chris Boucher.
5 straight games with a 3 ball for Chris Boucher.
110-74. Up fake. Sasser into lane. Turns around, fires back out to Thompson. At the far elbow. Tried to cross up Trent. Lost the handle. Picked up by OG. 13th turnover for Detroit. Barnes back to Anunoby. Wrapped up under the tin. And then brought down to the floor on the baseline. And OG falling awkwardly. Kind of seemed to be wincing a little bit. I don't know if he kind of got a little burn there. A little floor burn on the leg or what. Certainly don't want him to take any more contact on that finger than he has to. OG now going to the free throw line. Knocks down the first one. These are attempts 5 and 6 on the game for Anunoby. The Raptors as a team, though, still struggling, Jonesy. Only 13 of 20. Free throw shooting has been a major issue for Toronto this season.
Last in the NBA. And that's not something you want to wear all season.
Sasser trying to dribble his way away from traffic, kicks it out, driving into the lane. Now Ivy and a handoff for a soft dunk to Asar Thompson. 112-76. Pistons work that ball around to get that open look for Thompson, but they still trail big time. Still 10 plus minutes to go. Got to imagine we're going to see a little bit more of the bench at some point for the Raptors as Scotty Barnes gets into lane. Went left, spins right, hands off on the pass to Boucher. Contested triple goes right in front of his own bench.
Chris is feeling it. That's all I can say. I mean, he caught that and shot it contested with the defender right on him.
Pistons back in the lane. We got another foul coming in. This one will go on Chris Boucher. That'll be his 4th foul in only 8 minutes. Amude goes to the free throw line again. How about Boucher, Jonesy? 8 points, 3 rebounds on 3 of 3 shooting with 4 fouls in 8 minutes.
Chris is never shy. He's never shy. He's going to get his money's worth. He's going to be in the middle of the action.
On both ends.
Yeah, you never have to worry about that with Chris.
Mude takes care of business at the stripe. He's now got 7 off the bench. 115-78. Toronto on top as Flynn got to the free throw line, turns around, fires out to OG. Open 3, no good. Rebound comes out and controlled by Mude. He pushes ahead. to Sasser, 3-ball. Pull-up triple is good on the near side.
I tell you, I like that kid.
Yeah.
I like that kid. Plays hard, good program. Smart, 4-year player in college.
Boucher tried to answer back with a 3 and missed it, so Detroit's got it. Pestered by the Raptors on defense. Sasser going to try another 3, though. Missing that one down low. It was tipped by Wiseman, controlled by OG, who hands off to Precious. Across center comes Achua. Back to OG. Hands off to Gary on the far side. At the free throw line, Trent spins, fires, bucket, and a foul. Gary Trent, that was pretty.
Jeez, you just want him to get going. He's a guy that can really help you with Toronto struggling the way they do on the offensive end. 27th in scoring, 24th in field goal percentage, 28th in three-point percentage. And Gary's a guy who can cure some of those ills.
Makes good at the stripe as well. So Trent off the bench with 16 points. There was no assist on that play, but Jonesy, the Raptors have set a season high today with 36 assists. Previous high was 35 on November 1st against the Bucks.
Well, Raptors are going into the game against Boston. And I didn't update my number, but they were number 3 in the NBA in percentage of field goals assisted. And in talking to Coach Wade, he said they were number 1 in potential assists.
8:47 to go in the ball game. Amude at the stripe again. And he makes good on both. He's been solid at the stripe. 118-83. OG driving on the near side was bumped by Thompson. He fell hard to the floor, so we've got another Detroit foul. This one on a trip on Thompson.
It's also a season high scoring for Gary Trent, coming off the bench with 18 points. 6 Raptors in double figures.
OG double teamed on the block near side, trying to get away from it. Passes out to Flynn. Back up top to Trent. Whip it over. Far side. Boucher in the lane. It's up and in. The running hook goes for Boucher. It was the 9-1-1 delivery with the shot clock winding down. He ended up on his wallet, got the bucket, and he's going to the stripe for the and one.
Good patience. End of the shot clock, everything gets heightened. And people are up against that time pressure. Chris stayed calm and was able to knock it down.
Free throw no good, but Precious Achua grabs the rebound off the miss, and the Raptors are going to get another chance here. Achua whips it over to Boucher, near side, sidestep, triple, no good, and it's all Pistons on the glass. Grady Dix has checked into the ballgame for the Raptors. Pull-up triple on the other end for the Pistons is good. And Darko Rajakovic wants a timeout.
On the mandatory timeout, and I wonder if this isn't the time when we start to see some of the bench guys, particularly a guy like Ron Harper Jr., who's working in the G League. We haven't seen much of McDaniels today, any of him today. Temple, maybe these guys get a little bit of run to tune things up.
8:03 to go in the ball game. Raptors up 120-86. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Hey, Toronto sports fans. Heading to a game this season?
The Bentwood at the Second City is the perfect spot for a pregame drink and bite. Why not join us for a burger and a pint, or tacos and a pint, or spaghetti and meatballs and a pint? You get it. Located at 1 York, steps away from the big game. With on-site parking, over a dozen screens, and a fast, fun menu, we're the perfect destination before or after the game. Visit BentwoodToronto.com.
Sometimes when you shoot, you don't score. But when it comes to Black Friday savings at Number 7 Auto Mall, it's a sure shot. Come into Number 7 Auto Mall now and save on your favorite brands, including Toyota, Mazda, Nissan, Volkswagen, and Infiniti, and hundreds of used cars to choose from. November 16th to 24th, enjoy a $750 credit on a winter tire package. Visit in store for details. Highway 7 in Martin Grove, east of the 427.
Number 7 Auto Mall.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Back at Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Pistons 120-86, and we are going to see some of the reserves coming in right now. Jalen McDaniels will check in for the first time today. He'll be on the floor with Boucher, Achua, Dick, and Flynn.
Well, again, there's no such thing as garbage time when you're a guy who hasn't had a lot of playing time. It's like a working practice.
Precious down low, left block. Turns and fires on a soft little fade from 5 feet, maybe 6, got it to go.
You can see Precious catching his stride. He's a guy who I think can really help, especially with long athletic defenders on the offensive players on the perimeter.
Pistons come up empty on the other end. Raptors with the rebound, down the floor they come. Achua's got it. Thinking about the 3, straight away. Hoists it, air ball. Oof. Thompson back in the lane, blows a tire for Detroit. Another Pistons turnover, their 15th. Here comes Boucher to Achua. Stops on a dime right into the tin and missed the scoop.
Thought he was chopped pretty good.
Back the other way comes Detroit. Layup is good, plus the foul. And that's good for Ivy and a 3-point opportunity.
Foul call on Toronto's number 22, Malachi Flynn, his second, team's fourth. Taking on the line, 1 shot for Detroit.
One.
Ivy, no good at the stripe on that one. Couldn't take advantage of the 3-point play. Raptors leading 122-88. Achua out toward the perimeter on the far side, hands off to Flynn. He hoists the triple, and it goes in for Malachi Flynn, his first bucket of the day.
That's great. That's great to see. Like I said, Malachi's been playing well. Nice to see the ball go through the hoop and be rewarded because he's been doing everything else well. Here's good defense.
He just took that ball away, goes down the floor, and lays it in. That was all Flynn. He was hounding Sasser, picked up that loose ball, and went all the way to the rim to guide it into the tin. And Malachi and Darko sharing a smile and a few laughs after that one.
Well, Malachi, in the preseason, we saw him going up 2 hands, 2 feet, and yanking him down.
Yep.
And it looked like he was trying to get cleared for takeoff on that one. Just couldn't get his footing, and I think that might have been the joke on the bench. They all stood up waiting to see him throw it down. And as the kids would say in the blacktop back in the day, you need a landing strip.
Never said that to me because I was never up high enough to even think about it, Jonesy. Flynn, baseline, far side, cross court, out to Dick on the wing, near side. Grady can't come up with that one. 6 minutes this afternoon for Grady Dick. He's scoreless. Pistons back in the lane, work it back out to the perimeter. Deep one is no good. That was Ivy way out there. Raptors with the rebound. Down Main Street comes Precious. Missed with the left hand. Cleaned up by Boucher, who's fouled. And back to the stripe for Chris Boucher.
Number 9, Star Thompson picks up his 5th personal foul of the game, and is the 15th foul for the Pistons.
15 foul on the Pistons with 5:43 to go in this ball game. Raptors up 127-88. Seen a bunch of empty seats scattered around the arena. I think a lot of people have chosen to head home early on a Sunday evening. Maybe they're going to catch the second half of the Bills game or watch their Grey Cup or have their Sunday dinner.
Yeah, it is Grey Cup Sunday. Unfortunately, my Argos not in it. Would have been a nice rematch of last year. I think this is Winnipeg's year, though.
Yeah, after the year that the Argos had.
Yeah, disappointing.
It was disappointing to see what ultimately unfolded in that Eastern Final, no doubt. Sasser, pull-up jumper, far side is good from 15 feet. 128-90. Raptors back with the ball. It's Malachi Flynn. Right to left, over to Achua. Handing off on the perimeter now to McDaniels. He's going to take it from the far sideline. Too strong off the back rim, but nobody tracks it down for Detroit. Precious has it to a cutting McDaniels in the lane. Stops on a dime, floats it up and in. Raptors leading by 40. Largest lead of the game. Wiseman gets 2 back right there. 40 assists today for the Raptors. It ties a franchise record. Flynn out to Grady Dick. Up top to McDaniels. Over to Achua. 3 ball. No good. He tracks it down, though, in the lane. Off glass, missed it, but he went chest to chest with Detroit, and the foul's going to come in on Thompson. And he's going to foul out with his 6th. Jonesy, 1 more assist, and we're seeing history today with the Raptors having 40 assists. 41 would be a franchise record.
Number 24, Kevin Knox, the second returns for Thompson.
Thompson checks out of this ball game. Precious Achua stands at the free throw line. Misses the first one. Achua. Missed the second one as well, but the Pistons don't squeeze. A little miscommunication there, I think, with Wiseman and Ivey as they both kind of knocked it around from one another, and it benefits the Raptors as Toronto gets the ball back, fresh 14, as Flynn will inbound on the baseline, near side. Gets it into Grady Dick. Grady sees a seam, driving to the 10. Looked like he was bumped, but he ended up shooting the ball off the side of the backcourt. Tough break there for Grady. Detroit driving, and what a finish there. Switching from right hand to left hand and laying it up and in was Amude. 130-94. Back-to-back buckets for Detroit. McDaniels hands off to Flynn, turning the corner, near side, gets to the near elbow, elevates for the jumper, and it goes down clean for Malachi.
Love that. Love to see that from Malachi. He's getting the ultimate reward of being able to score. Now, I guess the ultimate reward is playing time, but he's just really developing.
Up fake, drive, and finish again, Amude.
I like Stanley Amude. I like him. He plays hard and trying to carve out some room here on this Pistons team.
3:40 to go in the ball game. Grady Dick with the up fake and the bump. He's fouled. With 3:39 to go in the ball game, Raptors leading 132-96. And Grady Dick's going to go to the free throw line. Every player that's touched the floor for the Raptors thus far has scored outside of Grady Dick, and he can change that right now at the free throw line.
He continues to grow and move into his role. I know he's a shooter and he's not shooting it well, but I don't see that impacting his play or his attitude or his effort on the floor when he gets out there. And he'll eventually figure it out. You know, it's been 12, 13 games against really, really solid competition. It's an adjustment. We'll
step aside for the break with 3:39 to play, and the Raptors leading 133-96. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
Do more in a reliable Subaru, they said. Enjoy more time together to go more places with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, they said. More award-winning safety for more peace of mind, but to listen to one song over and over again with fantastic acoustics. I love you, family, but the singing, nobody warned me about the singing.
Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke.
College basketball is coming to Toronto with a doubleheader on December 9th at the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Come watch Toronto's own and reigning National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, lead Purdue in a showdown against Alabama, followed by an exciting matchup between TCU and Clemson. Don't miss your chance to be part of Zach Edey's much-anticipated return to the Six. Secure your seats now. Tickets for the Hall of Fame Series Toronto are available at HOFseries.com. That's HOFseries.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 3:39 to play. 133-96. The Raptors leading by 37 points.
All kinds of season highs going on here. And as you said, Eric, the 41 assists now, a franchise high. I mean, $1.33 on the cash register. Raptors could be headed for all-time or a season high this season in points. Well, they have, because they had 130 against Milwaukee, so they've set a new watermark there for sure.
One shot.
It's the all-time franchise high, isn't it? 140 something. You and I sat together in London, England, in like 3 overtimes, and
I don't remember. I want to say 146, but I'm not positive. We'll try and look that up.
We'll put the media relations team on the all-time high for the Raptors. I think it's in the $1.40s. I think it's $1.40 something. 144.
I thought it was 146.
Against Sacramento.
My memory escaping me, Jonesy.
And that was a COVID game, 2021. January of 2021.
Can I blame COVID for my foggy memory? I think we can blame a lot of things for 3 years.
For the last few years, but what about before that?
Old age continues to creep up on me.
All right, Ron Harper Jr. into the game. His dad, senior, winner of what, 6 rings? 3 with LA, 3 with Chicago. Was in Toronto to watch him play the G League opener.
Well, now he needs a bucket because every Raptor has scored that's touched the floor today. Flynn had his shot partially blocked, so it comes up as an air ball. Pistons pick up the loose ball, and down the floor they come. And we've got a whistle away from the ball. A foul on a bump is going to go against Ron Harper Jr. Well, he's on the score sheet at least, but now we want to see him get on the scoreboard. Wiseman at the free throw line. 7 points today, 3 rebounds in 21 minutes. The former Golden State Warrior misses badly on the second free throw. Raptor rebound, 35-point lead.
His development really kind of been stunted by the circumstances. Only 3 games at Memphis. Didn't play much for Golden State. Got great potential, but really hasn't had much game time.
Grady Dick, deep one, far wing. It goes down for Dick.
Maybe that'll get him going. his scoring is going to be needed eventually.
I get the line, 1 shot.
2:41 to play. 137-101. After that Grady Dick 3 ball, the Pistons came down the floor in a hurry. Ivy got the bucket and the foul, and he makes good on the free throw. He's been pretty quiet today, only 9 points. Raptors, Harper out to Grady Dick. Trying to turn that corner on the far side. Got to the elbow, was looking to find a bounce pass into the corner to Malachi Flynn. It was kicked away. So it will stay with the Raptors, 14 on the shot clock. Toronto getting it in. Boucher hands off to Flynn. Flynn calling for Grady Dick. Lost the handle, driven it off his leg, I think. Nope, they're going to say that Detroit knocked it away. All right, take it if you're a Raptor fan, as they will inbound again on the baseline, this time with 8 seconds on the shot clock. This would be the 11th straight loss for the Pistons. Well, I shouldn't say it would be. It will be. They're down 35 with 2:16 to go, and the Raptors just turned it over as McDaniels bobbled it. Only the 6th turnover of the day for the Raptors.
That's could be headed toward a season low, too, for a team that has turned the ball over a lot. 9 turnovers against Boston. 6 will be, again, a good watermark.
In the lane, fouled Wiseman on a nice little high-low pass from Sasser. He's fouled right under the tin by Ron Harper Jr. And then Wiseman goes to the stripe with 2:02 to play. Raptors again leading 137-102.
Well, the Raptors will wear this one nicely. They'll have some good visuals to look at before they get on the plane tomorrow to go to Orlando. I'm telling you, lace them up tight against that Orlando team. They are young and feisty, and they play hard.
2 minutes. Less than 2 to play.
Ticking under 2 minutes to play now. Wiseman taking care of business at the stripe. Raptors leading 137-104. Malachi Flynn dips behind Boucher. Gives it back to Chris. Going to hoist a 3 ball. Boucher, it's good for 3. He ended up on his backside, wanted a call, didn't get it. Pistons quickly down the floor, and a soft dunk for Wiseman. So the 3 and then the 2 has the Raptors leading 140-106. Flynn bumped, lost the handle, turns it over. 7th turnover for the Raptors. Pistons come down, reverse layup, no good. And it's deflected out of bounds off Toronto. It'll stay with the Pistons, 14 on the shot clock. 140-106.
It's a big number. $140, it's a big number. But Toronto's been...
And the bucket is good on the drive for Amude. As he gets it to go, he's played well off the bench tonight, and he's fouled. He's got a 3-point opportunity coming.
I like him. He's one of those guys that kind of come into the league and nobody really knows about the guy, and you know, he's a G leaguer last year, and he's scrapping, man. I like him. 100 field goals attempted by Toronto. Beats the 99 that they had in Dallas. So all kinds of, like I said, watermarks for Toronto tonight.
Boucher thought about the 3 again, puts it on the floor, goes into the corner to Harper. Along the baseline, Harper going up and under the tin, passes out. Far side to McDaniels, driving, off glass and in. Scoop shot is good on the athletic play from McDaniels.
All the youngsters work on that. You need the baby hook going left, from left to right, and driving from right to left. Get to the backboard, the other side, and use it.
Wiseman again lays it in, and he's bumped and fouled by Grady Dick. So Wiseman with another 3-point opportunity coming. Kind of padding his stats in garbage time with 13 points. Wiseman will get a chance again to go to the stripe. 142-111. Toronto 2 points away from matching their franchise record. 3 points away, obviously, from setting a new watermark. Let's see if they can do it here. I don't think they're taking the turnover yet. This is probably their last chance for points. McDaniels, floater, no good off glass. And Detroit with the rebound. They push ahead. In the near corner, Knox. Hesitation, sets the feet, blocked. Boucher went flying out, recovered, set the feet, and got the block nevertheless.
That speaks to effort. It's a 31-point lead, and yet Boucher runs Knox off the line. Knox relocates with a shot fake, and Chris still gets to block it.
Knox driving, missed it. Pistons clean it up, though. Second chance opportunity. And Wiseman again lays it in. And Darko just said no shot. So there's about a 6.5-second differential. But the Raptors are not going to take a shot. So we won't see a record set today, Jonesy. Not with the points scored, but we did with the assist. 44 assists today for the Raptors. A new franchise record as they hang 142 points on the Pistons. And the Raptors will break their 2-game losing streak.
Pretty good homestand, 2-2. You played against a couple of quality opponents in Milwaukee and Boston. You were right there with Boston. And you're going on the road, coming back for Chicago. Got some winnable games. The issue is it's 3 games in 4 nights on a back-to-back. But, hey, if you're Toronto, muscle up and see what you can get.
Well, the Raptors take care of business against Detroit. 142-113, the final. Toronto with 7 players in double figures, earning this 29-point victory, leading by as many as 40. And they led wire to wire, never trailed in this ball game. We're going to be joined in a moment, I believe, by a member of the Raptors.
From what we've been told, it'll be Pascal Siakam. Although we're not sure it's him, but nonetheless, the Raptors were terrific tonight in executing in all parts of it. So give them credit, and let's see if they can keep it going. Pascal, thanks for joining us. I want to ask you a quick question. A lot of chatter about the new system. You seem to be becoming more and more comfortable with it. How is that? How are you accomplishing that?
I'm just trying to play off of whatever we're doing. I think just finding my spots, my rhythms. Obviously today was a little slow, missing a couple of layups, but I think just attacking the paint more importantly. And then just as we continue to go, I know obviously struggling from 3, but just having that same confidence shooting 3. And I think once I put those 2 together, I feel like it'll be good.
Pascal, Jonesy talking about the system overall. You guys set a franchise record today with 44 assists. The ball movement overall, the unselfishness, has that been easy to adapt to for everybody, or what's the transition been like this season thus far?
I think we just got to continue to trust each other. Obviously just playing off cuts, continue to move the ball. I think guys are buying in, so we just got to continue to try to do it. There's going to be some nights where it won't be pretty, but, there's going to be some nights where it will, so we just got to continue to stick with it.
Hey, good luck on the road. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Take the W. There's never been a bad one.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Never.
Pascal.
Thank you.
There's Pascal Siakam. Appreciate him joining us as the Raptors get the victory, 142-113. And we will step aside for the break, come back with final stats, and then get set for Raptors Reaction, our post-game coverage. 142-113. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, presented by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
All right, everyone. Step up and down. Left foot, right foot. You're climbing up a trail. Now back in your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and getting active in the real world. Work those abs. Driving right through the mud and left and right. Keep that core engaged and bend at the knees as you load more into your Subaru. Windows down. Take in that outdoor air and park.
Get more value out of every kilometer at your local Subaru dealer, starting with award-winning safety.
Black Friday deals are on at Freedom Mobile. Get a nationwide unlimited plan on our growing 5G network for just $34 a month for 24 months when you bring your own phone. So it's more like Black Friday. Conditions apply. Details at freedommobile.ca.
What's better than getting a delicious McMuffin and a medium premium roast coffee? Getting a delicious McMuffin and a medium premium roast coffee for only $4 plus tax. It's your favorite McDonald's breakfast for less. What's better than that? For limited time at participating McDonald's in Canada, prices exclude delivery.
Honey, what are you doing?
Building us a deck.
Why?
To spend more time outside.
No, why are you doing it?
Don't worry, babe. I got this.
There are some things in life you can't trust. And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, Canada's most trusted printer brand. Visit your nearest Staples store.
Black Friday is back, and every day feels like Friday, where you can get a Nissan Pathfinder with Standard Safety Shield 360, including intelligent emergency braking and lane departure warning, so you can relax and enjoy the season. During Nissan's Black Friday event, finance the 2024 Pathfinder from 4.99% for 36 months. In stock now. SV for $1,581 monthly with 0 down. Conditions apply.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you down on the floor at Scotiabank Arena. Postgame as the Raptors beat the Pistons 142-113. Toronto leading by as many as 40 points in this ballgame. They end up securing the 29-point victory. Pistons have now lost 11 in a row. The Raptors break out of their 2-game skid, now sitting at 6-7, a franchise record 44 assists on the afternoon for the Raptors, coming just shy of their franchise record for points scored. You said it was 144 against Sacramento back in 2021. What a day, what an afternoon, what an evening for the Raptors, and certainly what the doctor ordered going into the 2-game road trip with the back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday against the Magic and the Pacers.
Regardless of how you paint it, Eric, it was a really good afternoon for Toronto, and something that you would hope, when you're playing a new system, you need that positive reinforcement. You need wins. You need something to say, okay, we got this. We're getting this. We're getting better at this. We're understanding it. That's something that was accomplished today. 6-7 guys in double figures. The ball moving, the assists, the scoring totals, the defense. So all of that is, on the up and helps Toronto going into this mini 2-game road trip on the back-to-back and coming back as part of the in-season tournament next Friday against Chicago.
And we will have that game for you on Tuesday with the Raptors and Magic right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, on the Raptors Radio Network. We will have that one for you on Tuesday when the Raptors are down in Disney World to face the Magic. Thanks to everybody involved in the broadcast back at Raptor Central, Austin Mackey, and down here at Scotiabank Arena, J.R. Manitad. For Paul Jones, I'm Eric Smith. Raptors Reaction is coming up next. You've been listening to Toronto Raptors Basketball, presented by Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. It was streaming on sportsnet.ca and on the Sportsnet app.
The MLS Cup playoffs have arrived, and there's no better way to keep up with the postseason than with SiriusXM FC. From the flag bearers to the fresh faces.
It's stolen away by Cloud, and Cloud scored!
Hear every playoff match all the way through the 2023 MLS Cup Final.
Connie Mukhtar, the header, there's the hat trick!
It's the MLS playoffs on SiriusXM FC 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Dolly Parton explores the world of rock.
I'm the magic man. Hey, it's Dolly, and I am so excited to bring you Rockstar Radio. What's going on? My own channel celebrating my new album, Rockstar. Let it be,
Dolly's Rockstar Radio. Now for a limited time on Channel 14 and the SiriusXM app.
what it is. Connect with the R&B and hip-hop that's hot now. Slamming you out. Slamming.
Celtics on Internet, 881. 8 p.m. Utah Jazz face the Phoenix Suns. Jazz on Sirius 139, XM 212 and Internet 908. Suns on Internet 903. 9 p.m. Portland Trailblazers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailblazers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 904. Thunder on Internet 900. 9:30 p.m. LA Lakers take on the Houston Rockets. Lakers on Sirius 160, XM 213 and Internet 893. Rockets on Internet 890. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 4 p.m. Ohio State faces Western Michigan on XM and Internet 372. 6 p.m. Arizona faces UT Arlington on Sirius 109, XM 198 and Internet 960. 6 p.m. Michigan State faces Alcorn State with Michigan State feed on Sirius 119, XM 195 and Internet 957. 6 p.m. Missouri faces Jackson State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m. Illinois faces Southern on Sirius 119, XM 195 and Internet 957. 8 p.m. South Dakota State takes on UCF on XM 375, Internet 375. 8 p.m. USC takes on Brown on Sirius 109, XM 198 and Internet 960. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 4 p.m. Louisville faces Bucknell on Sirius 113, XM 193 and Internet 955. 5 p.m. Minnesota faces UConn on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 7 p.m. Iowa takes on Drake on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 8:30 p.m. Prairie View A&M faces Washington State on Sirius 113, XM 197 and Internet 959. In the NHL, 5:30 p.m. Philadelphia Flyers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Flyers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 941. Blue Jackets on Internet 928. 6 p.m. Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Penguins on XM 219, Internet 942. Golden Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m. Chicago Blackhawks take on the Buffalo Sabres. Blackhawks on XM 220, Internet 926. Sabres on Internet 923. 8 p.m. Anaheim Ducks take on the St. Louis Blues. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Blues on Internet 945. In the NFL, 4:05 p.m. San Francisco 49ers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 49ers on Sirius 85, XM 225 and Internet 827. Buccaneers on Sirius 83, XM 380 and Internet 829. 4:25 p.m. Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Bills on Sirius 82, XM 228 and Internet 803. Jets on Sirius 138, XM 382 and Internet 824. 4:25 p.m. LA Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. Rams on Sirius 81, XM 226 and Internet 818. Seahawks on Sirius 158, XM 381 and Internet 828. 8:20 p.m. Denver Broncos take on the Minnesota Vikings. Broncos on Sirius 85, XM 225 and Internet 809. Vikings on Sirius 81, XM 226 and Internet 820. National broadcast on Sirius and XM channels 88, Internet 88. Spanish broadcast on Sirius 137, XM 227 and Internet 832.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. Beginning in 1994, Major League Baseball introduced the wild card concept to the pennant race. Both the National and American League split into 3 divisions each, and the wild card qualifier was the team with the best record that did not win a division title. But the loss of the last part of the 94 season, including the postseason, put all of that on hold until the following year. In a season where Mickey Mantle passed away and Derek Jeter made his Major League debut, the New York Yankees were the first ever AL wildcard team, finishing 7 games behind the Red Sox. It was also Don Mattingly's only postseason appearance after 14 years in pinstripes. He batted .417 and had 6 RBI in a 5-game ALDS loss to the Mariners. The Colorado Rockies were the first ever NL wildcard team. Heading into the 2015 season, 6 times the wildcard team has gone on to win the World Series. The first to do it, the 1997 Florida Marlins. They also won the 2003 World Series, again as a wildcard entry. It's the only 2 times the now Miami Marlins have even qualified for the postseason. The 2002 Angels, the 2004 Red Sox, the 11 Cardinals, and the 14 Giants all won the World Series as wildcard teams. That Red Sox win was their first championship in 86 years. Boston has been a wildcard team 8 times. On 6 occasions, the wildcard team has made it to the World Series, only to come up short, including the 2014 Royals. In 2012, baseball added a second wildcard team, which sets up a winner-moves-on 1-game showdown between the 2 wildcard clubs. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, November the 19th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 4 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 907. Pistons on Internet 888. 5 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Orlando Magic. Pacers feed on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 891. Magic on Internet 901. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Denver Nuggets. Cavs on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 885. Nuggets on Internet 887. 7:30 p.m., Dallas Mavericks face the Sacramento Kings. Mavericks on Sirius 161, XM 214, and Internet 886. Kings on Internet 905. 8 p.m., Memphis Grizzlies take on the Boston Celtics. Grizzlies on Sirius 162, XM 215, and Internet 894. Celtics on Internet 881. 8 p.m., Utah Jazz face the Phoenix Suns. Jazz on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 908. Suns on Internet 903. 9 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailblazers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 904. Thunder and Internet 900. 9:30 p.m., LA Lakers take on the Houston Rockets. Lakers on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 893. Rockets on Internet 890. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 4 p.m., Ohio State faces Western Michigan on XM and Internet 372. 6 p.m., Arizona faces UT Arlington on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. 6 p.m., Michigan State faces Alcorn State, with Michigan State feed on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 6 p.m., Missouri faces Jackson State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Illinois faces Southern on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 8 p.m., South Dakota State takes on UCF on XM 375, Internet 375. 8 p.m., USC takes on Brown on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 4 p.m., Louisville faces Bucknell on Sirius 113, XM 193, and Internet 955. 5 p.m., Minnesota faces UConn on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 7 p.m., Iowa takes on Drake on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 8:30 p.m., Prairie View A&M faces Washington State on Sirius 113, XM 197, and Internet 959. In the NHL, 5:30 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Flyers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 941. Blue Jackets on Internet 928. 6 p.m., Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Penguins on XM 219, Internet 942. Golden Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks take on the Buffalo Sabres. Blackhawks on XM 220, Internet 926. Sabres on Internet 923. 8 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the St. Louis Blues. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Blues on Internet 945. In the NFL, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco 49ers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 49ers on Sirius 85, XM 225, and Internet 827. Buccaneers on Sirius 83, XM 380, and Internet 829. 4:25 p.m., Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Bills on Sirius 82, XM 228, and Internet 803. Jets on Sirius 138, XM 382, and Internet 824. 4:25 p.m., LA Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. Rams on Sirius 81, XM 226, and Internet 818. Seahawks on Sirius 158, XM 381, and Internet 828. 8:20 p.m., Denver Broncos take on the Minnesota Vikings. Broncos on Sirius 85, XM 225, and Internet 809. Vikings on Sirius 81, XM 226, and Internet 820. National broadcast on Sirius and XM channels 88, Internet 88. Spanish broadcast on Sirius 137, XM 227, and Internet 832.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. September 20th, 1958 and June 11th, 2003. That represents a streak of 6,980 games during which the New York Yankees avoided being no-hit, the longest streak in Major League League Baseball history. The 1958 no-hitter was compliments of Baseball Hall of Famer Hoyt Wilhelm, then pitching for the Baltimore Orioles, the first no-no in O's history after relocating from St. Louis 5 years earlier. The next team to no-hit the Yankees was the Houston Astros in 2003. This time around, there was no future Hall of Famer on the mound against the Yankees, just 6 pitchers. Roy Oswald was only able to go 1 inning that Wednesday evening thanks to a groin injury, but he struck out 2 and didn't give up any hits on 21 pitches. That left the ball in the hands of Peter Monroe, who threw a whopping 57 pitches over 2 2/3 innings, striking out 2 and walking 3, but surrendering 0 hits. That led to Kirk Saarloos, who pitched an inning in the third, racking up 1 K and no hits against. Brad Lidge, who would eventually get credited with the win, was up next, and over his 2 innings on the mound, Lidge struck out 2 and gave up no hits. That led to Octavio Dotel, who recorded 4 strikeouts in the bottom of the 8th as Yankee second baseman Alfonso Soriano reached first on a wild pitch, but he was stranded there. Lastly, Billy Wagner pitched the 9th inning, setting the Yanks down in order, including 2 strikeouts. The Astros tagged Yankees starter Jeff Weaver for 5 runs and ended up winning this improbable no-hitter 8-0 thanks to 6 pitchers. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Sunday, November the 19th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 4 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 907. Pistons on Internet 888. 5 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Orlando Magic. Pacers feed on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 891. Magic on Internet 901. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Denver Nuggets. Cavs on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 885. Nuggets on Internet 887. 7:30 p.m., Dallas Mavericks face the Sacramento Kings. Mavericks on Sirius 161, XM 214, and Internet 886. Kings on Internet 905. 8 p.m., Memphis Grizzlies take on the Boston Celtics. Grizzlies on Sirius 162, XM 215, and Internet 894. Celtics on Internet 881. 8 p.m., Utah Jazz face the Phoenix Suns. Jazz on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 908. Suns on Internet 903. 9 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailblazers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 904. Thunder on Internet 900. 9:30 p.m., LA Lakers take on the Houston Rockets. Lakers on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 893. Rockets on Internet 890. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 4 p.m., Ohio State faces Western Michigan on XM and Internet 372. 6 p.m., Arizona faces UT Arlington on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. 6 p.m., Michigan State faces Alcorn State, with Michigan State feed on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 6 p.m., Missouri faces Jackson State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Illinois faces Southern on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 8 p.m., South Dakota State takes on UCF on XM 375, Internet 375. 8 p.m., USC takes on Brown on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 4 p.m., Louisville faces Bucknell on Sirius 113, XM 193, and Internet 955. 5 p.m., Minnesota faces UConn on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 7 p.m., Iowa takes on Drake on Sirius and XM channels 84, Internet 84. 8:30 p.m., Prairie View A&M faces Washington State on Sirius 113, XM 197, and Internet 959. In the NHL, 5:30 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Flyers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 941. Blue Jackets on Internet 928. 6 p.m., Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Penguins on XM 219, Internet 942. Golden Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks take on the Buffalo Sabres. Blackhawks on XM 220, Internet 926. Sabres on Internet 923. 8 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the St. Louis Blues. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Blues on Internet 945. In the NFL, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco 49ers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 49ers on Sirius 85, XM 225, and Internet 827. Buccaneers on Sirius 83, XM 380, and Internet 829. 4:25 p.m., Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Bills on Sirius 82 XM 228 and Internet 803. Jets on Sirius 138 XM 382 and Internet 824. 4:25 p.m. LA Rams taking the Seattle Seahawks. Rams on Sirius 81 XM 226 and Internet 818. Seahawks on Sirius 158 XM 381 and Internet 828. 8:20 p.m. Denver Broncos taking the Minnesota Vikings. Broncos on Sirius 85 XM 225 and Internet 809. Vikings on Sirius 81 XM 226 and Internet 820. National broadcast on Sirius XM channels 88, Internet 88. Spanish broadcast on Sirius 137 XM 227 and Internet 832.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. You know, there's no doubt that Barry Bonds is a controversial figure, so much so that Major League Baseball's all-time leader in home runs is still not in the Hall of Fame. But there's also no denying the amazing things he did on the field. His 762 home runs are more than anyone has ever hit, 73 coming in the 01 campaign, which is still the all-time record for a single season. But maybe the most remarkable thing about Bonds was how much opposing teams feared him. He walked 2,558 times, which is another Major League record. That's more than 1,000 walks than the 1,539 times he struck out. He was so good that he was walked intentionally 688 times. Of those walks, 41 came with the bases empty, 1 came with the bases loaded. His career was so amazing that the 2001 season in which he hit 73 jacks may not have even been his season. That probably came in 04 when Bonds posted an on-base plus slugging percentage of 1.422. That is also a single-season Major League record. And Bonds did this at the age of 39. Now, many suspect him taking performance-enhancing drugs, just like so many others around the game at the time did. But none of them were able to do anything close to what Barry Bonds did. He had all facets of the game. He was a 5-tool player, and he was one of the best. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Sunday, November the 19th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 4 p.m., Toronto Raptors taking the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 907. Pistons on Internet 888. 5 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Orlando Magic. Pacers feed on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 891. Magic on Internet 901. 6 p.m., Cleveland Cavaliers take on the Denver Nuggets. Cavs on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 885. Nuggets on Internet 887. 7:30 p.m., Dallas Mavericks face the Sacramento Kings. Mavericks on Sirius 161, XM 214, and Internet 886. Kings on Internet 905. 8 p.m., Memphis Grizzlies take on the Boston Celtics. Grizzlies on Sirius 162, XM 215, and Internet 894. Celtics on Internet 881. 8 p.m., Utah Jazz face the Phoenix Suns. Jazz on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 908. Suns on Internet 903. 9 p.m., Portland Trailblazers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailblazers on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 904. Thunder on Internet 900. 9:30 p.m., LA Lakers take on the Houston Rockets. Lakers on Sirius 160, XM 213, and Internet 893. Rockets on Internet 890. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 4 p.m., Ohio State faces Western Michigan on XM and Internet 372. 6 p.m., Arizona faces UT Arlington on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. 6 p.m., Michigan State faces Alcorn State, with Michigan State feed on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 6 p.m., Missouri faces Jackson State on XM 391, Internet 981. 8 p.m., Illinois faces Southern on Sirius 119, XM 195, and Internet 957. 8 p.m., South Dakota State takes on UCF on XM 375, Internet 375. 8 p.m., USC takes on Brown on Sirius 109, XM 198, and Internet 960. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 4 p.m., Louisville faces Bucknell on Sirius 113, XM 193, and Internet 955. 5 p.m., Minnesota faces UConn on Sirius XM Channels 84, Internet 84. 7 p.m., Iowa takes on Drake on Sirius XM Channels 84, Internet 84. 8:30 p.m., Prairie View A&M faces Washington State on Sirius 113, XM 197, and Internet 959. In the NHL, 5:30 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Flyers on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 941, Blue Jackets on Internet 928. 6 p.m., Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Penguins on XM 219, Internet 942, Golden Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks take on the Buffalo Sabres. Blackhawks on XM 220, Internet 926, Sabres on Internet 923. 8 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the St. Louis Blues. Ducks on Sirius XM Channels 91, Internet 920, Blues on Internet 945. In the NFL, 4:05 p.m., San Francisco 49ers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 49ers on Sirius 85, XM 225, and Internet 827. Buccaneers on Sirius 83, XM 380, and Internet 829. 4:25 p.m., Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Bills on Sirius 82, XM 228, and Internet 803. Jets on Sirius 138, XM 382, and Internet 824. 4:25 p.m., LA Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. Rams on Sirius 81, XM 226, and Internet 818. Seahawks on Sirius 158, XM 381, and Internet 828. 8:20 p.m., Denver Broncos take on the Minnesota Vikings. Broncos on Sirius 85, XM 225, and Internet 809. Vikings on Sirius 81, XM 226, and Internet 820. National broadcast on Sirius XM Channels 88, Internet 88. Spanish broadcast on Sirius 137, XM 227, and Internet 832.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. Sirius XM, Channel 89.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. The Dodgers left Brooklyn, relocated to Los Angeles in time for the 1958 season, a move some people back east have never forgiven them for. Nonetheless, life in the California sun proved to be beneficial for the old Trolley Dodgers, as they've won the World Series 5 times since moving. They only managed to turn that trick once back in Brooklyn. The LA Dodgers also enjoyed a run of success at developing rookies. From 1979 to 1982, a Dodger freshman took home the National League Rookie of the Year honors. In 1979, it was pitcher Rick Sutcliffe, who was taken 21st overall by LA in the 74 amateur draft. He had a couple of cups of coffee with the team before emerging that season with an impressive 17-10 record. Sutcliffe will go on to win the 1984 Cy Young Award as top NL pitcher, but he was with the Cubs by then. In 1980, another Dodger pitcher, Steve Howe, was top rookie. Taken 16th overall in the 79 draft, Howe went 7-9 with 17 saves in his inaugural season. A year later, maybe the most famous of all Dodger rookie pitchers was none other than Fernando Valenzuela. The native of Mexico exploded onto the scene, going 13-7 in the shortened 1981 season. He had 11 complete games and 8 shutouts. That also nabbed him the Cy Young Award. Valenzuela went 3-1 in the postseason as the Dodgers won the 1981 World Series. Steve Sachs didn't pitch, but he still won Rookie of the Year honors for LA in 82. The second baseman hit .282 in 150 games. For It Happened in Baseball, in LA, I'm Mick Kern.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is Sirius XM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. Sirius XM NBA Radio. Sirius XM 86.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Sunday, November the 19th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 4 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Detroit Pistons. Raptors on Sirius 139, XM 212, and Internet 907. Pistons on Internet 888. 5 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the Orlando